Well, we'll get running here. Dang, man, that's a great story. Oh,
Bye.
So funny. I wouldn't. Never
we'll
mind.
let him back in.
I removed him when I hacked the system.
How could you, Josh?
Josh performed our first war crime of the session by kicking Matt out of the room.
Yeah.
So,
So Kyle's dead. All right.
yeah. Welcome to The Dice Are Good Bad Storytellers. My name is Jacob Schallenkamp. I'm joined by my lovely wife, Maddie Schallenkamp. And we have Matt playing Kyle, me playing the world, Josh playing Leo, and Maddie playing Kubo. I don't know why I needed to be involved in there. It's kind of assumed. But it's been a little bit of a break. We are in the world of Remalin, and it is 1920s-esque, and there has been some wild shenanigans going down. The Ogren Mountain is a desiccated husk of what it once was. The Farah family has been slaughtered. Some of the fallout of those actions were explored before, and where we left before, Kubo was back in Remalin after walking back in, and she'd been out for a good chunk of time. And Kyle and Leo were on two separate boats going back to Remalin. I think you were only like a couple days behind, like 5 days a week behind.
Yeah.
And so Kyle is just a little bit behind Leo in that endeavor. But we're going to have a quick kind of refresher to get back into the story. And then we're going to see each individual person and what they've done for this month. And then we'll be right back into in media res. So we do a quick recap. How about I toss that over to you guys? You guys recap what you did personally, and then we will interject or connect dots. So whoever wants to start. After Farah family was killed and the thing collapsed, what's kind of the point from there to when you were at your travel point? In your words, and we'll kind of pass that off, and then we'll continue from there. I can roll a dice too if that makes it easier.
Just roll a dice.
Yeah, we'll roll a dice.
See.
1, 2, Josh. 3, 4, Kubo. 5, 6, Kyle. 5, 6. So Kyle, if you want to do a quick.
So Kyle kind of took temporary control of the army, forced him into making a more of a humanitarian effort, recovering with the Iograns, and kind of hammered out some sort of peace treaty there. There's going to be a civil war in the Vauchaline lands for a while. So with Adleria's insistence, they had a conversation and decided to return to Remalin, and figuring, well, this will take a while to sort itself out anyway, come back later. On the boat, I was working on making the Hulkbuster armor a more regularly usable thing, since it's, basically it's a 6th level spell at this point. And I think that was most of it. I have an honor guard that I mooched out of him.
I think it was 4 or 6 men. Yeah.
4, I think.
Yeah, there's 4 men. And the general you talked to that you kind of had a connection with of like, I'll be back, General Snout.
Yep. I think I have him in my notes, actually.
He's got a sniffer.
So to kind of put in that, because I think you've kind of answered my next question of what would you be doing during your procedure to get to Remalin, is making this Hulkbuster suit. So there is tinkering and tools getting thrown around, and just lots of shenanigans. It's kind of like a workcation kind of a thing. Like you're on a boat, there's nothing to do but work, and so yeah. What Adleria's there just spending time with you, and yeah. Any other specifics you'd like to add to that?
I don't know. Did you want me to make any checks or anything for how I increase? I thought I did last time, but I don't know where they are. So
yeah, it's been a whole month, and we've really established. I'm not gonna tell you can't have your Hulkbuster suit, because that's just making you roll a bunch of d20s, and if you get enough, then you're good. I'm gonna say you can take 20 on that with a whole month. It's it would have strained your relationship with Ilaria the same amount either way, whether it took you a short amount of time or a long amount of time. So definitely, you do build the Hulk Buster suit, so it is a magical object that is independent and is not something that you need to expel spell slots to have work in the way that it is.
Okay.
And we will cut back to you once we kind of go cascading in the time, because I think it'll work better if we start.
So just to make sure the way it works to be clear on it. So it's going to just basically function like I can cast one use of Tenser's transformation a day type of thing, and then outside of combat it can just like follow me more or less. So
yeah,
we're
look it up. I get what you're saying. It's kind of like a traveling item.
Travels around.
Yeah, I've seen this before. Totally appropriate. Yep.
Okay.
That'll be the ruling. Follows you around. You can use it as if it was the spell, and then it just kind of follows you around like a non.
It goes from like being basically a Tenser's transformation to like a Tenser's floating disc, more or less.
Yeah, it just carries things pretty straightforward. Perfect. Very Tenser's focused. So you
good ideas.
You vote in to kind of put a cap on your recap. Are you able to, or do you do any communication, or attempt to do any communication from the boat? But I don't know if you have magical means to do that outside of the ascending.
Well, I have the radio, and I mean those are technically, able to. I mean, same plane of existence. So I guess I can keep in touch with Leo. So I guess he would know that we're slightly behind. I might be trying to like force the boat that we hijacked to go faster, or it just might be a faster boat to try and get there closer. But I mean, we're only like 3 days behind anyway. But
no, it's very much horseshoes and yeah.
He grabbed the old ship, which would have been like a bit more or less just like a trade vessel. I mean, I could potentially have gotten like a military cutter or something that's faster. I don't know.
I'm not going to force everybody to improvise like the awkward transition period where not everyone is together. This is the downtime we're skipping because nothing's happening. We're transitional. So perfect. You fly in, and to simplify things, we'll say that around the same day that you get Leo's ship in visual is around the same time you see land, and you see this Sheen City. What? We will move on from here. 1, 2, 3, Kubo. 4, 5, 6, Leo. 1. So we jump back to Remalin, and where we left off, you got in a pissing contest with your dad.
Let me talk.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm so sorry. You're right. Yeah. You're right.
So since death and since becoming an angel, after kind of getting on Jophiel's level, so to speak, and also I guess with Leo's input as well, and being like down with Helios, he sucks ass. Kubo fell from heaven. He landed outside of town. He found Senator Glorin, which is a funny callback because we were never able to find him in the past, and I showed up like naked, basically.
Terran's bounty. It won't really matter. But
I'm gonna keep talking now, dude.
It is a city that Kyle has some relationship with, but yeah.
So cool. And let's see. After flying a bit, reconnected with the fam, which was okay. Kubo fought with his dad a little bit, and currently I think what he ended up with his dad was it's like an enemy of my enemy is my friend sort of weird situation where he wants to get stronger, especially in terms of like now learning that we can deal with people from other planes and planers and potentially see if that would help us put things back into balance. He got to hang out with Deza a lot more, and I think aside from just like kind of making sure that his family is okay, he'd spent a lot of time with Deza trying to look normal again, but sounds weird, like figuring out his angel stuff, and then like seeing what's up.
Does Kubo know Savage is dead?
Well, yes.
Okay.
That's a good question. You did.
I thought Peregrine actually told Kubo that.
Okay.
Yeah. But I don't know if he saw you kill him. That's a good point. I think Kubo.
Well, I think he's probably dead at that point, but yeah.
So I think that's it. I think Kubo just has a lot of feelings. He's a feelings boy. He has a lot of feelings. And he's very emo, but he's also trying to like get his shit together because he's waiting for you guys to come back. I think he tried to find somebody to send you guys a message, but for flavor, like I can even roll for this. Either it works or it doesn't. What are we thinking?
Yeah, roll a message. I mean, that's totally fine. It'd be appropriate for you to check in.
Feelings are what women.
What?
Nothing. I'm trying to find something.
You
Well, I
got
was
like
like,
a YouTube video went on there.
Alright, I'm gonna roll and see if we do it, if I do it or not. I'm doing what fucking I got 3,
Yeah.
so we did. I'm doing what Brennan Lee did.
Oh, yeah.
And so in that case, Kubo does try to find somebody to send you guys a message. How well does that?
So with the 3, I think you go, and so you're basically like going to the college, like the magical college, or just anywhere that has magic, like
I
send
think
stuff.
he probably actually asked Deza more for somebody like immediate and under the table.
So Deza's at the last remaining casino, which you've named the Hyacinth.
Yeah.
And you're asking her, can you magically send a message?
Immediately. I need to like immediately, and I need it to be like really fast. You
Like
can't get
behind like Deza is like a wall of like blades and knives
Yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff, and there's no magical stuff at all.
I love the
She's
wall.
like,
I love the wall.
I can try to connect you.
Cool, does that work?
Yeah, so with the 3, you got a 3 on the random D4 check you did, which is
Yeah,
incredible
it's
chaotic
it was
energy.
yes or no.
Oh yeah. So roll a D20 and we'll just we'll use that as kind of final success because 3 definitely means you get closer.
You can hate me, but Brennan Lee will get me. It's my eyes. Oh God, that's a 2.
2.
Okay,
So
that's that.
I'm gonna say this. You go reach out to like the magical college in the area, and this is actually kind of a big ask. It's like it's not just like a little message, it's like sending. And we've kind of established that capable magicians aren't really that common that can go up to those levels.
Right.
So you kind of like get spun around, but you see that the energy at the college is hectic. That's what you notice at first.
Cool makes sense.
And with the 2, your divine senses are much sharper now. They were already kind of sharp before as a paladin. And you can see that there are a lot of, even though Bishop Parsley had this whole cleansing of the city, you can tell that already there's more demonic and angelic entities kind of creeping
Is
into
there
the
other
city.
energies?
What do you mean?
Like other planes?
No, not yet. No,
I got
not at
excited.
all.
It's fine.
There's kind of no indication.
Try
of that
to
yet.
like try to suss out Bishop Parsley's whole vibe because Kubo, aside from just waiting for you guys at this point because he can't contact his girlfriend or you guys at all, is just I feel like he would kind of just do that.
Yeah, you kind of
I
have
feel like he's
more
our
you
number
can
1
do.
enemy, actually, which sounds funny, but I do.
You have more you can kind of explore. So with that 2, you aren't able to send them a message. But you know, Leo knows that you're not dead, and he's mentioned that, or that you're not fully out of the picture. But I want you to roll, just roll a religion check, and this will be your last roll of your recap and kind of future.
19. Ayo.
19.
Oh.
With the 19, you sense that there are divine and hellish entities that before you just assumed, oh, that must be a tiefling, or oh, there's an Aasimar somewhere out there, like a long lost Aasimar bloodline that they have no magical, like angelic powers at all. They just have like an angel ancestor or something like that. And now that you have our 19, you can tell, oh no, there are actually demons or angels in disguise in this city. And it's this thing of like, there's
Well, Peregrine wasn't the only one.
not Peregrine is for sure, even when you're a paladin, one of the strongest, or like he's actually a fallen angel.
Right.
There are a lot of entities that are like cherubs or imps or like hellish entities that are so weak that they don't really qualify as a angel or a demon or you know what I mean? Like they're basically like.
Did Bishop Parsley give off any vibes then?
No, I think that when you sense Bishop Parsley, he kind of feels like he's a guy, he's a holy man, holy words flow flow through him, and so he has a lot of angelic energy, but he's extremely human.
I think of Brother Bucci from JoJo. I can't not. I'm so sorry. Thank you.
No, but you kind of sense that, and you can hunt them out more. But we'll just say that you don't prior to everybody coming back together.
Yeah.
Because it's risky slash.
Yeah.
Really anything
Yeah.
to do.
I also spent a lot of time, I guess, waiting for you guys, just hanging out with Dorothy because I feel really bad for her. My niece. That's it. Yeah. Thank you.
Callie often is like, she's fine. You don't need to like.
She's my emotional support right now.
That's super unhealthy,
Oh,
but
God.
that's okay. And there's kind of this conversation a lot. She comes into town a little more often. She, puts on her day clothes and goes out with her mother, and you guys enjoy time out in the city. So without further ado, is there anything else you want to add?
No, Koopa's like, oh boy, I can't wait to see my girlfriend.
Then you,
What could go wrong?
let's say that you get in the habit of like passing by the docks every day.
Yeah, I'm
just to
flying
see if there's
around.
any- Yeah. And finally on one day, you see two ships on the horizon that would fit the description.
Oh God! Oh my God! Okay, cool.
Now, last group, we roll for it. Leo,
Me?
why don't you recap your process going from the Iagran Mountain collapse to getting back to Remalin?
I think prior to getting on the boat, I think I visited Kyle, I'm pretty sure, to see how he was doing.
I visited you on the boat and then went back to the camp, and then that's where Adleria found me, I think. Right? Wasn't it?
Yeah, you. So
Wait, double visit? Wait,
No. We had a long distance communication after you went there, but we talked initially before you even left for the boat.
It's really.
Oh.
Leo went ahead, bumped into Odina and Adleria and all of them, and Adleria went back and reconnected you, and then that's
Yeah, but everyone else came with me, right? On the boat?
yes, everyone besides Adleria and
Didn't
Kyle.
you do cocaine with Odina?
When I first got to the boat, yeah.
Oh, nice.
But no, but the rest of the trip, no. Because I would have to focus on with my summoning. That's what I'm gonna be spending the majority of the time, just because now there's a lot of things I could do. But yeah, I think that would take the majority of the trip, really. Me privately alone in my studies.
So I want you to roll me an Arcana check and a Religion check. While you're, just so you know what's going on the boat, I'll describe this while you're rolling these. Odina and Fluellen kind of have a strained but happy relationship, and Odina is very clearly sad. She took cocaine the first day she got on the boat. She did it a handful more times throughout the trip. Fluellen kept trying to stop her and kind of trying to control her a little bit, and that never really caught on because Adleria, or excuse me, Odina is a full dragon and can just fly away, do cocaine, and come back. Like she's pretty much capable of doing whatever she wants. And so there's a lot of like weird drama, and everyone's on a boat, so they're trapped. So there's nothing else to talk about, and so that's kind of taking center stage.
Can she even get high off cocaine being immune to poison?
It's an excellent question. Because it's funny, I'll say yes, but a lot more, and it's very expensive.
Okay.
She balling.
She literally just flies off the boat, gets in the water, snorts, jumps right up.
I like the idea of just like lining up a line going all the way along the deck, and then her just dive bombing it, snorting it through her nostril as she goes.
Fluellen is just at this point getting
Drowning the boat.
But all the other the scientists are like watching this, and like the scientists have fully they don't have any active projects anymore, so they're just doing their own pet projects.
They're like betting. It's
so,
like a fantasy football league.
they're way too invested in the lives of Fluellen and Odina, and so like there are a lot of times they're like, man, I really feel like that girl needs a parent, and like Fluellen, like it gets they get very, very like gossiping at the knitting circle.
And then Flulin's like, "You whores, I sleep right by you."
You whores.
So which check is the religion and which check is the arcana?
The very first one is the Arcana, and the second one is the Religion.
Very interesting. Okay, so with a 19 arcana, you as a capable divine spellcaster that has studied hard, learned very difficult concepts, pretty much as soon as you return to studying, as soon as you return to summoning, you can tell things are different. It's not to the extreme of like you've taken a limitless pill, but it's like where before studying would suddenly become very frustrating and you'd be always like, man, I can't figure out this one element that is stopping me from doing this thing. You know, like it's kind of like this frustrating itch in the back of your brain. Suddenly it's like gone. And like runes that are really obvious and like incantations and spell craft that before seemed so like ephemeral, like hard to pin down, like always seemed inappropriate or not quite working. Suddenly you're like, oh my gosh, yeah, that's how that works. Like it's very like
It's like I'm him.
say that again.
It's like I'm him.
You're him?
Yeah, I'm him.
You're him. He's you.
Yeah,
Oh.
I'm him.
He's him.
Okay, I wow, this got real esoteric. Cool. Yeah, but
You're filled with determination.
that's what you get with the Arcana check, and you can tell like because you're so closely linked to divine magic, you can tell it's subtle enough that like a normal wizard would just think like, oh, I'm a genius. Suddenly I'm so smart. But because there's this angle, you can tell, oh no, something was hidden. Like I'm not like I'm a smart person. I'm extremely smart, but I'm not suddenly having strokes of brilliance. I'm not suddenly. This is actually easier. You know, like magic is actually easier to do now.
Or I'm the smartest being in the universe. I don't know, but I'll take that too.
Roll an ego check. Yeah.
Ego check.
Right?
What would that be? A charisma save?
Yes, yeah, charisma save.
Maybe I'm the ruler of the world.
I love you.
So,
Well, you can be the ruler of the world all you want. I'm Batman, so
Hey, your money has to run out somehow.
no, it doesn't.
I'm in my Mitski phase.
Close your credit cards.
with a 6 on religion, the world is quiet. Like when you reach into hell and when you reach into heaven, like you can tell, like, oh, I mean, they're agitated, but like everything just seems kind of like stagnant. You can tell like people are waiting for their shot. Like something has changed. You can't quite put your finger on it, and it's correlated to this magical experience you have, where suddenly magic is easier to do, but you can't see exactly what's going. Like there's nobody in hell or heaven going like, this is what's going on. Hey, mortal, now X happens. So, explaining it. It's like not clear. Is there anything else you'd want to do? Because I know you're summoning, and please describe your summons and what you try to make there. Is there anything else you want to go from, like research or plumbing the depths or communing with the dead? One other thing.
As of right now, no. I think I would patiently just wait until I arrive and see what's going on there, and also see my mother.
So you go on a summoning break. You don't summon anything on the boat.
No, I think I'll gather my summons and have whatever I have on stock and on standby. But for now, no, I will not bring nothing onto the boat yet.
Okay, gotcha. Cool. Your mother, who is powerful enough to do ascending, does communicate with you several times. I don't think sending is even that high a level spell, which is very funny that I keep saying that. But
She's a god. It's okay.
Yeah. No, I think it's either cantrip or first.
I think it's a third level.
Third level education. It's kind of hard.
Oh, right. Messages, though. Yeah. Okay.
Ooh, woo.
Go through these sendings, like she sends like 1 or 2 a day. Kind of gather that her life, without you knowing, was very dependent on your success in the Yagran, because the feds back in Sheen City and Remalin knew that they were part of basically a war crime of making you exist. Having you be born was not like according to war agreements that were made in the past. And so there was very much this like, if he does well and everything goes good, we don't have to pretend you don't exist. And if it doesn't go well, she might not just wake up out of the coma. But now that it has gone well, and you're all kind of coming back as war heroes, as the official story is, and not, insurgent spies. She's been basically supported substantially by Sheen City, and she has let you know that she has been in contact with Peregrine, but has not made contact with Kubo.
Am I even that surprised? Sorry, real quick. Son of a bitch.
And she is kind of in this place of taking her shots very carefully. She wants to wait until you're back here because, and this is over the passage of a month, little bits and tidbits you get as you send things back and forth. But she is, how to say this? She's very impressed with your progress and considers you of equal or greater power to her. And basically wants to get you back here before she makes her next plan, because she wants to make sure that you're both on the same side, you have the same goals, and she's kind of holding her breath, basically. What would you be saying back to your mother?
Would I know Kubo's alive after I saw her fell?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. He fell from the sky.
You're the one that told me.
Okay.
Rather.
I was like, just making sure.
For honoring the meta.
So does Odina not know that
I didn't say nothing to her. So, yep.
If you didn't, then yeah, no, she doesn't.
Ooh, should I say it now after a month of being on this boat?
As you guys see City, so you guys pull up.
Oh, by the way,
It's like I totally forgot.
alive.
This is too funny to not roleplay. Odina is, you guys are all on the deck of the ship, like anybody on a ship does, see land, and like, oh, I've got to run out and see it as we approach. Odina looks so shitty. She is like unwashed pit stains. She is not taking care of herself. Like her hair is a frazzled mess. Her polymorph is actively not fully humanoid, and she has like scales exposed and stuff. Like she is not like doing well. And as like you pull up to the Sheen City, you guys are all standing looking out. I think she's kind of leaning against the what is it? The mast, just kind of grumpy looking as you approach. And as everybody's like, oh, man, oh, kind of freaking out, she turns to walk back into the underbelly of the ship. And you're there and you can see this. So you have an opportunity to do something if you wish.
I'm gonna turn and see Odina like walk in. I'm like, I feel like I forget it. Oh, so wait. So come in. Sit down.
Stopped. She's turned. You want me to sit down?
Yeah, I completely forgot. But like, since we're about to dock and stuff, it's okay if I just tell you now.
Yeah, I'll sit down. Tell me what.
Kubo's alive, by the way. I think. We're gonna see Kyle, so you can talk to Kyle about it too. But I just completely forgot to tell you.
I look like shit. I feel like shit. My mom. Did she tell you to lie to me? Did she tell you to like just?
Oh no, Kubo's alive. No, like I can probably call. Well, I don't know if we're in range, but I was just so invested in my books. Like it's just been a lot these past few months, and
priorities.
Yeah, and like even if you knew before you got on this boat or now, you still came, and be happy you went through this grieving process now. So Kubo really did die, you'd be over it. So you're welcome. Goodbye. And I just walk out.
She stops you. She grabs your shoulder. As you're turned away, like she like leans over your back. She's like, one of two things is gonna happen when we get back to Sheen City, or when whatever happens. One thing, you're lying to me to make me feel better. In which case, Llewellyn might die. I'm really mad at her. If he is alive, you die. So, do you understand, Leo? She's like talking behind you, like to your ear.
Well, yeah, good thing. This is all a joke.
She lets you go, turns over, stares daggers at Llewellyn. Do you want me to? Are you trying to like lie to her or perform for her? Like, are you just like? Do you want to roll a check?
Yeah, just shaking. Wait, if I want to make what I said believable?
Yeah, like, do you want to make it like, oh, I was just making a joke, or oh, Llewellyn put me up to this? Like, what's your goal here?
I wanted to say the last part was sarcastic, and the beginning parts were truthful as I could be.
Okay, roll a persuasion check.
Oh boy.
just being sketchy.
You're like, no, listen, no,
it was a joke, it was a joke.
I just died before we talk. Persuasion. Okay. 13.
I had another combat planned, but this is
Wow.
So with a 13, she goes and you hear her start arguing with her Llewellyn, and you see the scientists are like turn to each other. They've got some gossip now. But it seems like she believes that you were put up to this by Llewellyn.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, I live another day. I was like, I'm about to fly and just leave this boat.
It's an aerial combat on the way back to sea.
Yes, let's engage the dragon in aerial combat. That sounds like a fantastic idea.
Yeah, I think that
I think it'd be faster.
If Kubo did see the ship, would it be
Or death?
Man has a way to contact like Deza, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean you can have people like you can pull up a line like.
I mean, while these are, I mean, they're radios that are mostly intended to go to each other. Presumably, if you knew somebody else's frequency, like Daze's or whatever, ours or the ones on the ships should be able to connect to that. I mean, you don't have yours right now because you know it's with your corpse.
Here's the deal. I was gonna let them know, like, oh my god, they're here, and then Kubo was gonna fly out with the ships. Depending on how it goes. How do you guys?
Well, I'll kind of take the reins on this one just to make
or
it
I could
easy
fly
for
to the
everybody.
harbor.
We'll say that this sending stone technology, like, it is cutting edge, but it is common enough that you could, as you were bringing your ship in, go onto the sending stone and say, hey, ship hailing, coming from, you know, like kind of check in with the docks, and that would get through. And it's kind of one of these things where you guys go through, it's normal, and then some part way through the call, you hear, oh, I got it, okay. And then you hear like a disconnect, and you hear like a Fed basically come on and go, oh, welcome back. So how was your tourism trip to the, you know, like it kind of giving you your marching orders for what you're talking about. When Kyle, and that's what you experienced, Leo, and or your ship, Llewellyn kind of manages that transaction there. But then when it comes into you, Kyle, it is actually Boren. You can hear his kind of deep, resonant Minotaur voice go, good job, Agent. Wonderful to see you've made it back.
Yes, it's I suppose in some ways we found more success and in others far less. What's been going on here in Remalin?
Celebrations, and you've got quite the payday ahead of you. We've had our minor.
Do I hear? Is that Lyria listening in on this conversation? And do I just blatantly hear? Okay.
Yeah. And basically he kind of continues with that, just, well, we will, you know, G-Res afterwards. There's been some movement with our Falcon friend, referring to Peregrine. And working.
Where is he? Where is he? What has he been up to?
He's moved out to the country, and he's been here's got.
He did that before he left. What did he do about a month ago? But around the time,
Yeah.
Oh, because you guys are on the ship.
I think Boren kind of was like, well, it's a little, I don't know exactly. He's deflecting. He's trying not to talk to you on the channel and without you being in person physically.
We're gonna have to arrange a meeting.
Well, I'll be running down to the docks right away.
Okay.
I'm so worried.
As you see the ships come in, you see that there are, there's like a dock and they have a little radio place and you can see them hailing. And then you see the guy see like a frequency list. Then there's like a red highlighted section that's like go to Fed line. Like you see him like change some wires and like.
It's them. It has to be that. He talks to the eye on his hand. And then I fly down.
So you fly over to the boats?
Oh, I'm flying down. I don't care if people see me in the spot. I'm excited.
So wings shoot outward. What color are they?
They're like
right. They're black. They're black. Yeah. And you start to fly over to the ships as they're approaching. To paint the scene, some beautiful sunlit day. The sun rising up into the sky. Oh, excuse me. Gosh, gross. And just like water, light sparkling across the water. Beautiful day in Sheen City. And as you're flying off, you see a series of black cars approach the docks. And the last time this happened, it was, oh no, the Farah family. And now
this is my trauma speaking. This is my trauma.
And you can see Boren, because he's got such a big physical presence in one of the cars, got a gesture at your flying form, and that will kind of tie everything to the same spot.
I'll land by him.
You'll land to him?
Yeah, I'll land by him. That way I'm not like, I want to make sure I'm respecting everybody's agency and I don't want to freak him out. So I'm gonna land by him. Can I do like a performance check to see if I land cool?
Sure.
Oh, I didn't.
You got a 5 on the performance. You try to land really cool because he just parked, and so you try to like land on his foot to get down. You slip, break off his like metal thing on the roof of his car, like his little ornament, and then land on the sidewalk next to him. You don't take any damage. It's just kind of ungraceful.
Oh God. I get up and my wings go away, but I still have the eyes, and I'm just like, oh God.
How long have you been in town, buddy?
That's a hard question. I died of it. I'm like, did you know?
He looks around and you see the federal agents go like, the eyes go like, well, talk later.
Yeah, cool. I'm gonna see my girlfriend.
Okay. You guys walk up to the docks. You wait on the docks now rather instead.
Could go debate it, and I'll wait to see them come out.
And you look like Kuba, right?
Yeah, I shake the eyes and stuff away.
Yeah, okay. You guys dock. Boom, boom. We'll say you guys land roughly the same time, within the next like hour of each other. There's high fives, love. There's a bunch of family members of the scientists that are like, that was a long project. You guys were gone for like 4 months. The Kobold has a beautiful, loving family, easily like 12 children. And you guys all get off the boats and start to, meander and mill. Kyle, Kubo, and Leo, you're all in the same place. Everybody's, meeting up at Larry and Llewellyn, say hi again, and, kind of connect. And, I'll let you guys interact first before we deal with the Odina problem. Boren is like, champagne for all! And Boren has rolled out the welcome wagon. There are hors d'oeuvres, there's snacks. Oh yes, I want to have an extensive conversation.
Guys, hey! One of his eyes opens on his hand and he quickly swats it away. Can Come on.
He's a monster. And you guys are all in the same place once again.
Oh, man.
Adlyria makes a point of staying next to you so she can listen in on everything, Kyle. And so unless you like actually dismiss her and make a good argument, she's just gonna hear it.
Love that.
That's fine.
Scroll.
Yeah, the time is yours for a bit here. Kind of talk about your plans, and you guys can, either role play it or
Kubo!
Hey, where's Regina?
So how's
Uh,
Dick?
Oh, it was painful when I landed. Where's Regina?
oh god, it's just doubling down. Painful when you landed.
Yes, my wounds have mostly healed up though. I'm pretty lucky. Like this, and then I show them like my eyes. It's weird.
Oh.
It's okay. And then I shake him away. But the one in my hand likes to stay, so I have to smack it. He's like,
Does that hurt?
a little bit, but I've been doing that growth, that personal work, and I'm learning to accept myself. So that's good. Also, though, God is evil. And
Oh.
we have to talk about
All right.
that. Oh my God, Leo, did you fill Kyle in?
Well, some detail, yes.
Okay. Oh, that's right.
Leo's stupid.
Yeah,
He didn't really tell me very much that's actually useful. What happened?
Watch her arm and it's like rude. I'm so sorry.
Great. So good to see you. Super quick, guys. I do want to like talk to you guys, but yeah, just so you guys know. So Helios. Actually, I should I be saying his name? Main god guy is a fake, kind of, and that's bad. Jophiel is currently being held against her will and possibly tormented for eternity unless we can help save her and stopping main god man. And there are other planes and other gods that will be coming back hopefully now, so the world can come back into balance. There's more to that, but we can talk later. I do really want to see Odina, so oh hey, Remalin! How's it going?
Okay, 1 second. I'll be right back.
You're fine. You guys can ask me questions, do whatever you want, or don't talk to me, do or don't. I don't. Yeah.
Wait, so we're gonna have to fight many gods?
No, I don't know actually. To be honest, it sounded more like when Jophiel. Do you remember in the courtroom, Leo?
Mm-hmm.
When she was talking. And so Kubo will be saying this, but just to make it easier, because I want to make sure I say this correctly and not just funny. So Kubo explains that, like, kind of from Jophiel and what figured out in the courtroom was that Helios was never the main god, and that there were other gods and like pantheons, I guess, basically. But for like a hot minute, he's been like holding all the power and like using it to dictate his will. And by so doing, a lot of the world has gotten out of balance, and it's like magic. Not just magic, but like some things from connecting with our world or like with the other planes, and ousting him out of his power is the main kind of goal. There's a lot to talk about with Peregrine too. Don't worry, this doesn't put Peregrine in power or anything. This is just a side note thing. I'm sure there's a lot to talk about there. I don't really want to yet, but that's because I have my own issues where I'm afraid of confrontation right now. But anyways, what I do want to highlight though is the fact that regardless, even if you guys don't want to, that's chill, I guess. I'm going to focus on that because if I don't help Jophiel, I'm also going to be hunted down and tortured till eternity by Helios probably, along with maybe some of the other angels around here. I'm not really sure how that's working.
Well, I'll definitely help you. And Kyle has an army, so.
Oh, you do?
Why did you choose death?
I was tired.
Period.
Gotta make sure that you can hear you.
Oh, did you not hear me?
I heard you.
Okay, cool.
I'm just waiting for a follow-up.
Yeah. Pitch your case.
He's like in his 70s. He's gonna do this stern older man lecturing thing. I'm sorry, it's how it's
Oh no,
gonna
you're
work.
fine. I didn't understand what was happening.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, he said he was
How
tired.
was raised?
Yeah, I was like, what? Oh. Are you trying to like impress through your energy that like what are you trying to impress to Kubo? Because Maddie generally is confused.
Well, generally that, choosing to die is a bad thing would be my first point made by Kyle and Matt.
I was killed though, so like.
But remember, I performed Spare the Dying, and you chose the die anyway.
Oh, I did, didn't I?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm not like connected to that.
So you specifically chose to die and go through with that plan rather than this, and this is kind of an important moment because it pretty much decides whether or not Kyle is secretly trying to murder Peregrine after this or not.
Yeah.
I was tired, honestly. I was tired and I wanted to choose myself for once. I didn't know I'd be an angel, and I just ended up in a scenario where
you were tired. You wanted to choose for yourself, so you chose to let your brother make the choice on behalf of your father to murder you.
That's not how I see it, and since it's my experience,
and how do you see it?
I was tired and I wanted to be done, and I
So,
was.
I want this conversation to continue. I mean, this is a really hard pressing. But I love the idea. Laria is like, I am gonna go check out those little me hot dogs.
She would not want any part of this.
She takes Leo and like by the arm and goes like, "Ooh, they got the nice bubbly out." Like,
yeah.
Some space.
I think Kubo would also express like, look, I don't know what you guys have been through. I'm sorry for that, and I'm sure there's a lot to catch me up on or not. But I've spent the entirety of my life doing a lot for my family, and I realized for the first time I didn't have to anymore, and I could rest. And I got a little bit of a rest, and then no rest. But I found a sense of purpose in helping Jovial, and it makes me feel at peace. And I want to give others peace.
You serving your family is going along with their powers of their decision to have you choose to die. I know what abuse looks like. I've my entire life, my family has been trying to kill me.
Okay, that is true. Listen,
and going along with their plans, this blind faith is dangerous.
I died because I was done with him. I didn't want to talk to him. I didn't talk to him.
But it was going along. That action was going along with his plans. That was what he wanted you to do. Was to choose to die and be done. That's why Savage was ordered to kill you.
But Savage also
because that was his plan.
Savage also
and for the record, I killed him afterwards.
Kill Sealer.
I'm curious how that one's gonna. Yeah.
I hope my brother can find peace. I understand. There's Tasha. Sorry, 1 second. My dog. Get out of there. Sorry, out of the character. Honestly, I understand there's a little confusing moments, but for the first time in my life, I got to choose myself, and I got to choose to step away, and I don't have to be responsible for my dad or for my brothers or.
But you didn't choose to step away. You chose to die and be done and go along with his plans.
I didn't go along with his plans. I died. I ignored him. Jofiel needed my help, and I helped her.
Let me offer an insight here, because I think we're hitting an interesting conflict. Kyle, roll me an insight check, and I want you to do it with advantage on Kubo. And Leo, I want you to roll me an insight too. You can do this again with advantage.
We can both have advantage. Yeah. I'm not trying to hide anything. This is genuinely what Kubo. This is how Kubo sees it. This is how he sees it.
This fine, it's great, 13. So Kyle, we'll start with you because you got the check-in. The 13, as you're looking at Kyle, and you're kind of pressing him hard, like Kubo, excuse me. Kind of pressing him hard, going like, "Hey man, that, you know, I'm gauging how much you're a part of your father's plan. The thing that you kind of come to is Kubo is too privileged to understand how involved his father is. Like, he doesn't realize how much Peregrine has set this up. He still is kind of under the impression that Savage had his own plans to go to hell, or that, like, Kubo was never actually told the plan, because if he was, and if he went along with it, he wouldn't have gone to heaven. And that was where he needed to be for the plan to continue. And so as you're talking to Kubo, you realize, like, he's always been manipulated. And this has not changed, even though he's gotten really lucky now that he's in Remalin. And he's had to be carefully manipulated, not because of abuse, although it is very abusive, but because of Helios. And it's kind of like he was abused by Peregrine, not because Peregrine was a shithead, but because Peregrine was fighting an oppressive regime. And Peregrine
is so you mean he's fighting it, he's doing it for the greater good. And
he's a
horrible father, he's abusive. But the thing I'm really trying to say is Kubo did not do this for his father's plan. He's just still on his father's plan because that's kind of all he's ever known. It's not like he's doing it because he believes in his father's vision.
And I would argue too, Kubo really honestly thinks he just is in it just to help Joe. If Jovial hadn't said stuff that she'd said or keywords that were said in that episode or whatever of Remalin, Kubo wouldn't have done certain things. And by that I mean helping or persuading or talking. So Kubo's, you can take, of course, Matt and Kyle, you guys will believe what you want to believe and do whatever you want. But Kubo thinks he's doing this not just for himself, but for Jovial, a friend.
Awesome. That is.
Well, I mean, if you guys want to give me a general insight check for how Kyle is buying into the story, go ahead.
Rolling, yeah. Dude,
or if you don't care.
Kubo was the only one, an insight.
What do you want me to do?
Yeah. And you guys have known each other for a long time. You guys are kind of war buddies at this point. You can roll insights with advantage. I mean, honestly.
I got a
17.
Kyle's evil.
With the 17, Kyle.
With the 17, let's see, we're level 12. Well, actually, I guess technically that should be opposed by deception. So give me a second. I'm gonna do this.
You're choosing to hide from me.
Ooh.
Not necessarily, but
I'm just saying Kubo didn't try to.
While Kyle's rolling that, Leo, what you get with your insight check on this scenario is the Kadros family is literally divinely privileged. If you die, you're dead. You're not like suddenly even a demon in charge of anything. You're not suddenly an angel in charge of anything. You're just dead, and you just sit in heaven or hell for thousands upon thousands of years. The fact that Kubo is alive is an angel that was sent back, an angel of any report. The fact that Feral is running around in hell doing things, the fact that Savage is probably going to have a role to play in hell quickly, is exclusively because of their privilege of being related to Peregrine. And there's really nothing to, their ability outside of that. Sorry that it sounds so bad, but I want to make sure that that's really clear to everybody that, like,
Kubo's the fucking Kylie Jenner. No, I'm kidding. I'm sorry. No.
You're the key.
So
you're her. You're him.
With that insight, I mean, my deception was 29, so you don't have much of an idea of exactly how I took it. But he seems to have taken it in stride, more or less, and will act forward accordingly.
Oh, well, you can also probably see that, I would say, as you're finishing this, I think you can probably tell that Kubo has a moment of, like, I don't know how you're taking this, but I think you would also kind of notice Kubo has this look or moment of, like, but that's okay. You're going to do whatever you want. I have my own issues I got to work out. In a friendly
and also I'm just going to add this on. This is something for the players to know and for the DM to know, but not the characters.
Holding him far away.
Nothing has really happened of sufficient strength to prevent Kyle's desire to murder the absolute shit out of Peregrine yet. So
I already figured you'd do whatever you wanted.
From gambling allies to murder promises. What a good story arc. Yeah.
well,
I will say,
he killed his kid.
however, this
Borgered
is
his
now. Cooper will kind of probably like, great. I would love to talk more. I just really want to find a dynamite.
As you're thinking about that, there's a chill, a calm. You look up the gangplank to the ship that Leo came in on, the one with the scientists, and you see Odina there, and she looks horrible. And she looks to you. She looks to Leo with a little hot dog in his hand. And she looks back to you, Kubo. Starts to slowly walk down the gangplank.
I think Kubo's eyes open up, honestly.
Do I see this?
Yeah, you see this definitely.
Okay.
It like walks further up, and it like touches Kubo's face.
I still have my divine sense going. Do I get any vibes from her of malevolent intent or good intent?
No,
That's not how divine sense works.
That's definitely not ours. Yeah,
I know.
but as she's touching your face and like verifying that you're real, she just like pulls you in for a really tight hug.
I think as she does that, Kubo's main eyes, she looks and like kind of surprised. Hey, and he like hugs her back really hard.
Out over his shoulder, she looks to you, Leo, and she gives you one of these.
I am no longer there as I cast in greater invisibility as soon as it happens.
She decides to do that, and you're not there. She looks around.
I was like, oh my god, I missed you so much. I'm so sorry. I have to. You can talk if you want. Or whatever.
She kind of pulls back, and this is like, it's good to see that you're here. Cocaine's great. I was
oh yes, it is. I mean, well, yeah. So
I approve.
He does this. But if it helps, like, there is a lot to discuss if and when you want to hear it, and I am technically a fallen angel.
Let's get some food and just process that you're alive.
I love it. Okay, let's go. Wherever you want to go. I can fly you. Do you want that to happen?
Oh my gosh, yeah, that'd be a good
switch.
You fully hit somebody at the party with your wing. They topple into the bay.
Boring, please?
Boren? Yeah, we'll roll electric. No. Boren sees it coming. He dodges it, hits a Fed right behind him, hits him into the water.
Kubo apologizes and is like, I'll be back. I have to go.
As you take her, go find, the tension is starting to relax and this everybody getting back together. It's very kumbaya. Another car pulls up, and outside of it, you see someone start to help her out. Leo especially, and Kyle, you'll see this. You guys are kind of flying around. A Fed helps a woman in kind of a long gown, kind of a white hospital-looking gown, into a wheelchair. And you see that she has bandages around a big portion of her neck and kind of going over a big chunk of her face. She has an eye patch on one of her eyes. It looks like one side of her face was severely injured. And the side that is severely injured, you see that where the hospital gown would normally have like a sleeve on an arm, they have taped it up so that it comes back up and it reveals that she's missing her right arm. And the sleeve is just taped up. After they kind of help her in, she doesn't seem very fragile. She just seems very scarred and very weak. She kind of gets into the wheelchair and is brought into kind of the party. And everybody's like, whoa, it kind of changes the energy of this kind of docking thing that the feds have put on for you guys. Leo, it takes a couple seconds, you're under greater invisibility, but you realize that this is more mutilated person is your mother. This is the Iyala.
Oh, hey.
Saren. Her name is Saren.
Is she like just parked up now on the side? Like they just wheelchaired her in?
She's scanning for you. She's trying to see you. She can't see you with the greater invisibility. And when they say that, like, oh, he's just off on a thing, she starts, sipping on a drink and eating some like little cube sandwiches with the olives in them.
Am I is she like a safe distance away from Kubo and Odina?
Oh yeah,
We like flew
Kubo
away.
and Odina flew
Oh,
away.
you flew away. Oh, yeah. So
was a
I turn off
relationship.
everything, transformation, everything on, blah blah,
Okay.
and I approach, and I'm gonna just quietly, like where she can see me approach. I'm like, is a seat taken? And I'll just sit on the floor next to her.
It's so
Hi.
That's so sweet. With her good arm, she kind of reaches over and pats your shoulder and says, my good Leopold Akami Yalador. It's lovely to see you. You've grown up quite a bit. It's been some time. She kind of pats your shoulder. And there's kind of this strange, she didn't hug you a whole lot, but she wasn't cold with you. She was nice to you. So yeah, how are you feeling about this person?
Um, I would say super shy. And like a lot happened. Like I would say a lot of my experience and my opinion about the world has changed. I can give you that. Um, I've got kidnapped about a bunch of times, so that was interesting. Some now I've befriended because of it, so I guess they weren't all bad. But yeah. How are things with you?
Bad,
I
bad.
I see a lot.
Mild interruption. As you see the the two engaged, Kyle kind of excuses himself briefly.
Okay, yeah. They start to talk. You excuse yourself. And Laria, kind of gives you some eye contact. It's like, okay, yep, see you in a bit. And you leave the party. And we'll come back to what you're doing in just a second as they talk.
Let me know when a minute has passed.
A minute, okay. Yeah.
He bombed the place.
She kind of talks to you very openly. As like, it's wonderful to see you, boy. My son, your father didn't make it. I assume you know. He's pretty loud. Or was, he's kind of let everybody know from his courtroom. We, I love you. I want you to be successful. I think that we have a chance to enjoy our lives a bit. This becomes very, yeah, sorry. Yeah. So.
Well, we have a long ways to go to enjoy life, it seems. But you've told me you had a plan or something you wish to tell me face to face.
Yes. She kind of looks to Borin and kind of these feds that aren't like listening in, but they're just like right over there. She goes, yes, there's plans, there's opportunities that we can take advantage of now that we're both here. You guys have a strained relationship. You were born out of wedlock, in wedlock. You weren't really raised by this woman, but she is your mother. And so there's a kind of this distance that makes this, as I'm talking like her, I'm like, this is fucked up. Like, it is like a very like prolonged relationship. But she seems to be very earnest. She seems to, sorry, with one arm. But she seems to be very earnest. She seems to want to do what she's saying, and she seems very excited to see that you don't hate her and that you want to communicate with her about this stuff.
Yeah, I'm trying to be open-minded.
Yeah.
So as you were saying, yes. So you wanted to tell me something or some information? Do you want to tell me face to face? I don't know.
There's a lot. The problems with power and opportunity is you can do a lot. And that makes decisions hard. And when you can do everything, what do you do? As she says that, a minute has passed.
Leo, you get a message. I crafted a replacement arm for her left missing arm, I believe.
Did I flip them on you? Okay.
It's all right.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Then yeah. So you get a message. I'm like, do you want me to bring this up or do you want to do it?
I can respond mentally, or do I have to like verbally say this out loud?
Mentally, messages.
Oh, okay.
Sending, it's again technically mentally, but as far as I'm concerned, you muttering into your mic is fine.
Okay, so I'll be like, excuse me for a moment, and then I'm gonna say I'm gonna ask her first to see if she's okay, and I'll let you know. Message out. I'm gonna ask if she was okay, even with the idea of getting an arm first. And
does anybody not want to have an arm?
Some people want to just remember the trauma as like a reminder, a meaning, something that they can't forget. I have to ask. I don't know her personally like that.
I know this isn't what's happening, but the idea, it's very like a Adam Sandler movie or something, where you're like talking to your mom and you're like have this ornate, beautiful, like clockwork arm, and he's like, and you're like,
I'm just gonna turn to her. I was like, how do you like? How do you feel about regaining your ability to use another arm?
I mean, a gift one way and then the other is fine, but unless you can reconstitute flesh, which is not a
Well, not flesh. It would be mechanical, but still useful. Would you consider?
Have you been preparing for this? You've been actually. I mean, I would love to see any gift you have for me, Leo. I would love to see any gift.
Well, it's more of a gift from one of my kidnappers that I told you about. It's one of them. Okay, Kyle, you could bring it on.
Kidnappers. After everything I've done for you, I'm introduced to your mother as a kidnapper.
Didn't you like hold me in your room against my will? Threatening me with the box.
Threatening me with the box. I've always been on your side, you son of a bitch.
I feel like I was threatened with the box one time.
I'm gonna make this like in real time. You come up and you're like, "What the hell, kidnapper?" As you point, Deza's like over there with like a champagne flute. It's like, what?
I totally didn't beat the shit out of him. What? No.
Now everybody has come from the city that's like involved in this. It's pretty hopping.
So this is one of my friends, Kyle. He has the gift for you.
A gift for me. That's wonderfully sweet of you. Right? You've made something for me. It's something.
I constructed a prosthetic limb for the right or left arm, whichever it is.
It's
both. It's both.
We've gotten argument.
I need to get better at note taking for my next campaign because I hard and loose. Oh, well, the fast and loose here. But yeah, she goes, certainly. She's so visually damaged that it's kind of a social weird thing. Like she doesn't want to just pull off her thing and have you attach it and everything in broad daylight. But you show it to her, like she looks through it.
Yeah.
Why don't you describe what this looks like? Yeah, describe what the arm looks like.
Wait a second, I'm curious if I have any.
It looks like an arm that does arm things.
I mean, that's fine.
I was just checking if I had anything to interfere with everybody else's ability to perceive exactly what I was doing. But yeah, no, I mean it's
you can just go behind the car.
It's not a super it doesn't look exceptionally real, but you know, if you wear a long sleeve and have a glove, it works fine. Like it's kind of like a Luke Skywalker, original Anakin Skywalker robot arm. Just goes up, more or less. It's not, yeah.
Yeah, okay. You guys pull her wheelchair back behind like a vehicle, and you help her pull down her sleeve and slip it on and attach it in and kind of hook it all in. And she seems grateful. She kind of experimentally, manipulates her digits. And she just kind of gives a nod, and it's very profound, but you can see that she's just kind of like is just kind of so out of nowhere. She doesn't even have like, she's just like passively grateful. Like, thank you. This is a very sweet gesture for the friend of my son. She's like younger than you by maybe like 30 years. Yeah. So she's just kind of grateful. And there's this interaction. She, using her new arm, kind of waves back to Leo back at the party after you've established it. And you guys bring her back into the party. Sorry, this session has been a lot of surprise, like deep, like why did you kill yourself? Yeah, no, it's good stuff.
Why do you care?
Ooh. So
I'm your friend, bitch. Damn.
All I do is care. I care every day,
Yeah, I guess.
24/7.
so
Tasha, no teeth.
this party starts to die down. When you fly around Edina, it's very funny because she's so not used to getting carried. She just kind of
She
limp.
hate it.
She just kind of like limps to Ahmed, and she's like, and she tries not to critique your flying as you're flying.
It's
She's like,
fine. It's fine.
oh, watch. She's like about to hit that embankment. She's like, oh, hop
I'm like
up.
not super good at it. Yeah, it's really
The
fun.
turbulence.
She's trying not to backseat fly.
You've got some very strong headwinds, giggity.
But you guys kind of have this interaction, and everybody eventually lands back at the same party. They're big, giant, clumsily flying raven wings, Leo, so you can easily see that and pop up in invisibility. You still have a slot for that.
Can we come back? I took her to get food.
Oh no, I have to transform to do that, which I'm just doing.
The funnel cake.
Okay, she gets a funnel cake. Kubo has like,
I love funnel cakes.
what is it? A cortado? He got one for her too.
Espresso stuff,
she
yeah.
was like,
She does not drink it. Yeah, she's like, what
In
even
case she wanted it.
is this?
It was just in case she wanted it. And she
Cortados,
said, yeah, okay, sure. But then she hated it, but she probably just didn't want to tell him.
yeah, she didn't want to cause any problems during this weird transition stuff.
Kubo is back, I guess.
Well, we'll say, because we're kind of wrapping up this thing, we'll take a fast break before we jump back in, and I can do some quick adjustment writing now that I know what's going on here. You guys do have a conversation, and she's like, hey, this is sweet and all, but like, you died. I agreed you died. I didn't think we were in a relationship anymore. I thought you were dead.
Yeah, no, that's very fair. I mean, same. I understand things can't like go back to how it was, so to speak. Sorry, I'm laughing because Maddie just thought of Harry Styles' song. Anyways, like, I don't know. The feelings for you I have are still real in there, but I understand that you got a lot to think about, and I don't want to just assume or like put expectations on you. So, you could just let me know how much you want me to be around or not. Thank you though for letting me on.
She looks like Odina is very, very usually very like blasé. Like the only other time you've seen her be really emotionally compromised when she was talking about how Llewellyn kind of manipulated her. And when she found out that she was not like a natural born, she was a natural born dragon that was basically kidnapped. You see her really struggling to tell you news and tell you something that has been bothering her a lot. And now it's like, and she's like, she doesn't know if she should tell you or.
I am picking up that you maybe want to tell me something, and honestly, it's okay if you want to break up. Like, literally, I don't want to. That I didn't mean that like casually. I just want you to be comfortable. It's like, it's a lot, but you know what? Like, I'm here for you if you want me to be. There's nothing you can do to scare me if that helps. Yeah, I love you. Unless
Okay.
that freaks you out.
Two things.
Kiss.
Can't know what I'm about to say.
Okay, easy.
Second thing. I was getting ready to be a single mom. And now my whole brain has shifted and everything is different now. And it's really frustrating for me because I was getting all into this mindset of like deprivation and not having enough and taking care of the dumb egg thing. And, and so now that you're back, I'm like, well, fuck, what's my whole plan? And I'm really frustrated about it.
So she can keep talking, but all of Kubo's eyes are just It's just like, I'm a dad.
Not yet. Not if you keep this up.
Oh God, I could be a dad.
You could be.
I could be a dad.
You could.
Holy
Take
shit.
me back to the party. I shouldn't have told you.
No. Well, I mean, I'll take you back, but like, that's awesome.
You're not even a boyfriend. How can you be a dad?
Okay,
You're dead.
Oh my God. Come on, actually goes, oh my God.
I'll fly you back. Grabs you really bodily and like pokes some of your eyes.
You're just like bloody.
Flies
It
you back.
comes out. He's like, it's okay. Okay. Oh my
Doesn't
God.
matter if it's not. Doesn't matter if it's not. She flies, lands back at the party.
And as we come back, you just have to hear Kubo being like, oh my God.
You guys land back at the party.
Kubo just has a glow.
Gross. I'm just kidding.
It's not gross.
It's not gross. I get what you're saying. You guys start to navigate the party. Adlaria it just kind of keeps her eye on you, Kyle. And there is a time where she talks to Borin for a pretty extensive period. And Borin looks both very relieved and very uncomfortable. It's kind of like he just got good news, followed by why it's going to be bad news. And they kind of talk at length.
He's not gonna be directly intending to like overhear it, but he's gonna try and like aim his trips to the buffet and his just attempts to talk to just, more of the random side people in such a way that they're in earshot of their discussion.
Yeah. Perfect. Roll me like a perception check for that. And as you're doing this, you can roll this advantage because Adlaria sees you doing this and basically like turns the conversation in a different direction so you can hear it a little easier. And is trying to give you the help action as they're talking. She wants you to be part of this conversation.
Okay, so add 20.
You miss certain little sections that you seem to get the main thrust of it. And basically the thing is, hey, I'm so glad this worked out and we made this out. That fucking sucked, and I know it's your fault, and you're gonna pay through the nose for it, or I'm gonna make your life a living hell. And basically she's saying, like, I know that you're the reason we got kidnapped, and that then you leveraged Kyle to do this wild thing to try and correct your shitty manipulation. And hey, I'm glad it worked out. I'm glad we get to talk right now, and I'm not dead. You piece of shit. Like kind of conversation. And he's like, yo,
love it. Love it. Lovely energy. Perfect. Yep. Nope. Perfect.
Great. You hear Borin a couple times go like, hey, I'm so glad too that this has worked out and we've reached a copacetic conclusion. And then as she says conclusion of Larry is like, oh no. Prolonged relationship, lots of checks. And then it kind of like goes back and forth a lot in that way. And that's kind of the main part of it. And she kind of also lands on like, you hear her say a couple of times, and this is stuff that she kind of tries to not have you hear explicitly, but you do with that at 20 and everything, where she's basically like, and part of this is part of me taking care of Kyle and keeping him out of your hair is you give me all the resources I need to do that. So that's above the normal just pension check that would be appropriate for the first thing. And like, it basically is kind of milking her job of taking care of you. He's like, oh, you're really milking me.
What'd you say?
He's a minotaur, so I would.
Oh, okay.
I'm bad. It's okay.
And they're like a lot, and there's kind of this thing where you're trying to listen in and get all this stuff, and there's just kind of too much happening. Like the ship has landed, there are tons of people here. I mean, you hear tons of the scientists talking to their family about like, well, I can't tell you everything, but we made some cool stuff, and like, and the kobold being like, I led the team, like kind of taking his stuff. Yeah, you can interact with Leo's mom.
Can I say
Did the kobold make me some extra grenades during their downtime, or did they, I'm
gonna roll an advantage insight check. Yeah, halfway through the party, he brings over like a small bandolier to you and is like, kind of gives you a nod.
Yay!
You can have a handful there. We'll say 1d6 grenades. So I'll roll a 1d6 here. It was 1, and that sucks. So I'm gonna say it was a bandolier of 3.
Okay.
That's the minimum because he's a capable scientist. I don't want to be an ass about that. But minimum.
He was. That's why I promoted him. Damn it. Racism is stupid.
So, yeah, Leo and her name's Saren. I keep forgetting. Leo and Saren talk, and they kind of roll through their kind of some of their history. She tells you a lot about like how much she wishes she could have been your wife more, and you can tell that there's like a lot of guilt she's feeling about how like you were just kind of raised orphanish-y. What would you be saying, Leo?
Well, is she like telling me she feels bad, or is she just like showing me little signs she feels bad?
She's being very direct. She's being like, yeah, I feel
So-
like I was a bad mother, and I know that you were a unique child, but I don't, that doesn't mean it's okay that I was a bad mother.
Well, to me, it isn't a big deal. I was always entertained, and I was never mad or whatever. You don't have to be there in my life to show you care all the time. So stop feeling bad. I'm a grown child. I'm over it, and you're hurt. So stop worrying about me.
Nice hat, Leo. Nice hat.
Thanks.
And you guys kind of get together.
I just feel like Diana drops me off, and she literally drops me off and flies away. You're the DM, you can change that, but I think that she just goes.
Aims for the ferry, or like aims for the bay. You land fully in the water.
I get up and close, like, oh, I fucking love her. The water.
Crawl
I
out,
shake out my wings.
shake out your wings.
Can you roll to see if I get a bunch of people?
Yeah.
What do I do?
You're just a walking clown cart. Yeah. So you flap your wings. Definitely get a bunch of people wet. Not a ton, but
I was like, oh, sorry.
And as you walk in, you see this woman in a wheelchair, clearly very wounded. And yeah, the party's winding down. Like the caterers are starting to put away food. Like you've got cars prepared for you to take you wherever you're going.
Kubo was supposed to talk to Boren, but he doesn't want to anymore because I don't want to. And I think that he would be like, "Oh, hi, good lady. Nice to meet you."
We are in Sheen City itself, right? Not like some outer. Okay.
Yeah, you're
was just like, "I'm looking for my sister. Have you come to see?" And he describes Deza, but he is like, "Yeah, she looks like she could probably like make it, but not like."
Kyle's gonna try and leverage his connections with Boren to get someplace extra fancy because Adleria likes the fancy shit.
You guys get a nice hotel for sure. Nicest in town. You're walking about trying to find Deza.
Does she answer me when I say that to her?
What?
Leo's mom.
Oh yeah. Leo's mom was like, no, pleasure to meet you.
Name's Kubo.
As she's looking at you, she's like, this is a full angelic entity that shouldn't be here, but okay, cool, nice to.
Oh fuck.
I mean, she knows that you're Kubo, you're Peregrine.
I don't know that
she kind of looks like kind of like a little intimidated by you.
Oh,
but she gestures for Deza, and Deza's like over there and has a sandwich in her mouth. And you see that they've been talking. You see B is actually here, and she's gone completely under the radar.
She's been talking to Deza.
Well, no, yeah, B just wandered into the party and has been chatting with people. And Deza's the first person that she talked to, and B's like, oh, and you see that Deza actually has like half a sandwich in her mouth and has been eating while.
I think Kubo would apologize to her and be like, "Oh, sorry to freak you out, ma'am. Did she mean you?" And then I would just go to his sister.
B is like, "Hey, I burned your body. I hope that's good.
So
I hope you're not. You don't hate me
I'm
for that."
so sorry about that. That was really traumatic. I'm sure.
It was fine. I've done worse.
Did you happen to find anything on my body?
Oh my gosh. She like feels over herself, and didn't she just have to get the ring? Yeah, the family ring. And she pulls out the ring. He's like, "Thank you for reminding me. I would have found that, and I would have totally."
I owed this to someone, huh?
B is like much taller than a lot of the people in here. I think Kyle, I need you to roll this at disadvantage. Kubo, you can roll this with just flat, and Leo, you can roll this flat. I need perception checks.
Can I not?
No, I think I'm gonna have to take that 4.
It's so good.
You did a luck check? Okay, so that's a dirty 20. Damn.
No, that's a nat 20.
Well, you still have to take the lowest of the two, even with the luck.
I have to. I have this. I had disadvantage. Okay, hold on.
Oh, no, perfect. Like I said, yeah, dirty 20. Leo, did you get that in there, or do you not want to roll? You don't have to roll if you don't want to. You just don't want your character to be looking around.
Although, oh.
I think Leo might be unconscious, so we will just move forward without that. You're just super excited to see B and Deza.
Deza, I have to talk to you immediately.
She's like, she's like, B looks totally disoriented. There's like nice modern looking like brick skyscrapers.
You guys were met.
She's like, yeah. I was asking her if she knew like places to work in the city and stuff.
Oh my God, B, this is my sister. You should totally work with her.
Deza's like,
yeah.
Actually, could be like,
yes.
No.
Yeah, if you want to. If not,
she's not qualified. She tries to say that.
She's very qualified.
And B's like, thank you. I understand this is awkward.
If you want to do something else, fuck here, take this ring.
No. I'm not gonna take your dead body.
Oh, sorry.
No. You guys had to talk and bicker back and forth.
I owe this to Dorothy, but sorry, B, not to cut you out. You guys talk when you're done, Daisy.
As they're talking, Kyle, you are looking around and like just kind of getting a feel for the party, and you see Priscilla, who was that cat tabaxi that you met at the gambling night that met with Jophiel forever ago, that she made it to the party and has been actively avoiding you and trying to stay in your blind spot for the entirety of the party. And as she saw Kubo interact with Deza, went to interact with them, and as she went to do that, you were able to see her as she kind of dropped her strategy for a second.
I would like to sneakily over here.
Sneak over to her? Okay. Priscilla walks up to you guys here and kind of waits for a lull in the conversation.
Oh God, when do I notice her?
She stands there. She's really close now. You just don't see her approach, but she's kind of waiting for her turn to try to introduce herself and just standing very obviously there.
You want me to roll a stealth check or?
Yes, roll a stealth if you're trying to be undetected.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the advantage is a baseline thing from the.
Yeah. I think honestly, Kubo's eyes, just like it's like oh my gosh, Priscilla.
Wow, you remember my name. That's wild.
Yeah, I talked to you really badly. This is cool.
Would you just roll Kubo?
For what?
Perception. She only got a 4.
I didn't roll for perception again.
Oh no. She got a nat 1. Just so you know. So Priscilla is not detecting you. Period.
Okay. One of my main new features after this level is the Flash of Genius thing, which lets me give out boosts to other characters on saving checks and ability checks and stuff like that. So I just. Yeah.
I'm choosing from that 4 that I didn't even notice that you were sneaking behind Priscilla, Kyle. So yeah.
Yeah.
But Priscilla, yeah, like whenever you're free, if there's a good moment, I would love to.
Well, no, I feel I wasn't really invited. I just heard that you're.
I died.
I'm really glad for you.
I'm really sorry that I don't know how to deal with myself yet.
I'm sorry. I just remember that you. Never mind.
No, what is it?
This no, it's fine.
No, please.
No. I just wanted to check in and see. I don't see your party. Your group is here.
Oh, wait. Oh,
I don't see that person I saw before.
I need to talk with you. We do need to talk about that.
Okay, this is really actually a little uncomfortable.
I'm so sorry.
I didn't ask to be like.
Priscilla, please, if you don't mind, can I speak?
Sure.
Okay.
But I was just coming here to check, and I wanted to ask if you knew if the Jophiel woman was here that you met with.
I need to talk with you about her.
Okay.
If you want to know about
I'm
really tired. Please forgive me.
She's like blushes a little bit at that. She's like, well, yes, that's why I'm here, but I'm not.
So
That
like,
makes it sound so weird. I just wanted to catch up. She
no,
was
of course. Listen, do you feel safe talking here? Would you like to go
like,
somewhere?
why would I feel safe? Is she okay? You sound like she died. What's wrong with
How
her?
much did you know about Joe?
Nothing. I don't know. She was just a good conversationalist. She was a nice woman.
That's true. That is so true.
Hmm.
Do you care? I can fly now. Could I fly with you just right there? I mean,
What? No,
Okay.
you're like soaking wet.
I'm not
Frankly,
soaking wet.
I don't trust your
Can
competency.
I? No, you don't get to do that. Let me try to roll this.
Okay, roll
Jacob, you're
persuasion.
such a noodle.
I'm such a noodle.
Such a
Okay.
noodle. I got a 16.
She goes, no, okay, we're not gonna fly, but we can walk somewhere
Okay.
to get some.
Thank you. I don't mean to be creepy. Okay.
So you're just like, you're just creeping on Priscilla here, Kyle.
I'm stealthily following this conversation. If that's how
Following
you
within the
interpret it.
party. Okay.
Well, if
Yeah.
she doesn't want to fly, sure.
So-
I heard I'm like motioning, like, let's just
You like walk out
this
to
way.
the parking lot, basically.
Or like towards the dock or something.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, you
whatever
walk
gives us
along.
some
I
space.
will need another stealth check because you're like leading the party and it's gonna be more obvious, so you're gonna be easier to detect. Okay, she got a 16 on her like to detect you. And so as you're walking out, she almost catches you and you're able to behind a box as she's like looking around. But then she kind of reconnects to Kubo and you're able to track behind her. And then Laria kind of sees you following this woman and is like, and she's getting the car set up for you guys to leave. Yeah.
That's so great.
And Priscilla's like, okay, look, like this is really kind of weird. I just wanted to see if Joviel had made it back. I didn't know if she'd gone to the place with you guys or whatever. I didn't even know you were out there.
In a sense, okay. So I don't know if you knew about this. Joviel's kind of sort of like in a divine. She's divine.
Stop telling me I like her. She's fine. She's a good person.
No,
She's
no,
not, like,
that's so cute. She's like a god.
but I didn't want to come here
Did you hear what I
anyway.
said?
The guy that killed one of my best friends is just hanging out at this party. I know he's here,
Who
so I
is
don't
it?
want. Fucking Kyle.
Oh god. Oh
She killed Everdam. I don't want to fucking be.
no, I'm so sorry. Listen,
Look, I like her.
Priscilla, can you please just listen to me for a moment? This is important and it has to do with Joviel, and
Yeah,
you are
okay.
a part of this.
I'm not. This is kind of a
Joviel
lot.
is a goddess.
She's a goddess.
She's a goddess. And we're trying
Does she
to help
work
her.
at the casino with you? Is that
No.
what that you call that? Like,
No, she knows like Peregrine from my dad used to work with her, but like that's a different story. The point is that I'm trying to help free her so that she can visit camp, and you were part of the reason why she wants to be able to visit Earthling, basically. I'm speaking honestly.
okay, you're crazy.
Can I roll persuasion or something?
Yes, you can.
Oh my god.
Because this is fucking wild, and I just wanted to talk to her. She's not a
I got an
goddess.
18.
She's
She
not
really
a
is.
goddess.
She really is. And that I don't mean to freak out about that, but she needs her help. Whether or not feelings are weird enough, we might need her help too. in this.
To do what? I'm just a person. I just go get curios and stuff.
We
I'm
can-
not like.
Yeah, exactly. That's awesome. So I'm not exactly sure how to do this yet. But since everybody's kind of back, we're figuring out.
She goes, she reaches into like one of her pockets and puts a card in your hand, and it's basically like Priscilla, and it's kind of like wink and a nudge, like sneak thief and art and
Oh, that's a really
what's-
nice card.
what-
Did you do
and
the
then-
marketing on this yourself?
and then at the end of it, it's like archaeologist.
Yeah,
It's like it's actually
That's really good.
thanks.
Sorry.
Just contact me when you know what's going
We just
on.
might need your help, especially when it comes to your curios and their origins and stuff, and it might have to do with the world, which I know is a lot.
The amount of times I've heard that,
Oh, how fun!
I
Oh my
still
God.
charge a high rate.
That's
It
fine.
doesn't matter
I
if it's
can
the end
pay
of the
it.
world.
Okay, don't worry. I respect artists. Fuck it.
And so she goes, okay.
Oh, when she leaves, I just want to give her bliss. I just want to make her feel good.
Don't cast magic on me. She turns
No,
around.
it's good,
I
it's
do
a
the-
boon.
no, don't, no.
Okay, I don't do it then. I just wanted to give you a gift. I'm
Yes.
sorry.
You have my card.
I'll call you. Yeah.
Keelys.
Bye.
That poor, I'm sorry, I know that was kind of mean, but that poor woman, I just want to connect with my friend. She loves you and you need to help her.
Well, here's the thing.
You
You
didn't say
dropped
that. You
that.
didn't say
Well,
that.
I didn't say that. Also,
Yeah.
you had Priscilla be like, so what? I like her. So what? So Kubo kind of low-key was like, I just gotta roll the dice here. But anyways,
Great.
Kubo will go back to the party to try to get him over safety.
He has walked up to you, Kyle, and has kind of seen this walking around and walking up, and she's like, women, right?
How close is Adleria?
And Larry is like a good, like she's getting into the car, like she's waiting, like waving you over to get in the car. She's out of your sight.
Oh my god, I know, right? Sorry, I gotta just give me a minute. Talk to you later.
Yeah, you guys say goodbye. She turns back to Deza and is like, so lodging. She's not where she's staying.
Gone, maybe better. So
It's really funny to imagine that B could make this entire trip, be this asset to the team and everything, and then just be homeless in Sheen
No.
City.
It's a good point. You don't give any monetary rewards out because we just hand wave that entire concept of the game. So therefore,
Yeah.
people like her, they don't technically get a cut because there is no cut to get.
So the scientists are definitely compensated. Larry's compensated. Kubo, upon showing up and like being alive, is compensated. Leo is compensated.
How much money?
Kyle's compensated. I think, like, again, we're talking in round numbers. It is a stupendous amount of money.
good. I give
but
it all
it's
to
not.
$1 million.
I give it all to Dennis.
Do you give her a cut?
I give her all of my,
Okay.
but I
so
don't do
that
it like
is-
showy. I just tell Lauren when he's like, yeah, I'm like, I need you to be right line. Absolutely.
All right, you're the boss.
Don't say
Can I
that.
have all your cut?
But to give you a scope, it is basically like over a year's compensation of like, so it's like modern day like $50,000 for like a normal working, but it's like $75K roughly in D&D monies. Like it's a big payout. It is like,
Humongous.
yeah, they are. This is
Especially for
a
those
line item of Remalin's like tax cutoff. Like this is the black section of Fed budget. Like
Yeah.
it's like we got this taken care of.
And do I have that like a check on me or something I can give to her later? Like a card I can give her to go withdraw it.
As you're saying that, Boren is like, so do you want it in your name to give to her, or do you just want her to be hers? 'Cause, oh, you can do either. She'll just get a larger check, or you can just give it to
Give it to her, and then I just want the larger check too.
her.
Can you show that I added like, and then he tells you like in the accounting,
So you
So-
do want her to know it
I'm
was
sh-
supposed to be yours.
but not in like a rude way, like in a way for like. I can't really talk to you about it. I don't really trust.
Okay,
you.
sorry. I just want to
I
know.
just need to show that I'm financially capable. I can support something.
Kid, you are. First off, you're fine.
I'm fucking dead. I'm not fine. Shut your whore mouth and help me out.
Okay.
Lauren.
I'm sorry. I just need to know what you want on the account.
Do you
That's
know
all.
how many people
I'm sorry,
are sex slaves in Iran?
So your name on the
You?
account. She has access. to-
Actually, I feel I need to throw that out as a response. Like it's
Do you actually say it out loud?
yes. If I'm there, yes. Kyle absolutely throws that exact level of a smart ass.
Who answers? Yeah, you were there too. We were in the fucking kinky things. What were they called?
Right, and what percentage roughly was that? We saw
I
1
saw
to
it.
5, and that mountain probably contained 4 to 10 million people.
Dude,
So
you
what
know,
percentage is
because I
there?
died. So I get that you're pissed at me. Just go do your thing.
Adleria like walks up to you guys and is like, well, I think this party was lovely. I think
Don't deal with yourself, Kyle. Before you start pointing
I'm gonna
at
see my way out of here.
the old man.
everybody's like, okay, party's done. Some of the feds like start finishing up.
I have a little bit of like aura around me.
Adleria starts pulling Kyle back from the engagement. You can say stuff as you leave if you want, but
Nah, he made his point known.
okay.
You think you did, you stupid old man.
Real genuine.
What? I can't hear you, Sonny.
You're so full of yourself, Kyle! Screaming match across the parking lot. For everyone's health, I think we'll be done there. You guys are go your separate ways. Kyle, you guys get an incredibly posh apartment, like hotel room in Sheen City, while you guys kind of figure out what the day-to-day is going to be. Leo, if you're able to, you can go back with your mother and kind of be with her in the hospital. And Leo, you wanted to do something else.
Oh, she's still staying at the hospital?
Yeah, she's still at the hospital. She's still messed up. She's just not like they're gonna die. She's not in intensive care.
Does she like her arm?
She does. I think that it is. It's just so surprising. It's kind of like a Christmas present out of nowhere. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, great. Like she just got to the point where she was awake to use an arm and recognize she didn't have one. It's kind of great,
No, so then I'll leave her at the hospital and I'll head back. I'll probably be staying with Kyle, if anything. If Kyle wants to room me. I got 3 puppies.
Lyria over, so
separate room, different keys, totally,
yeah,
Damn.
if you want to stay like across the hall, that'd be great.
Okay, roomie, I'll check on you in the morning.
Thanks.
So the night passes pretty uneventful. There's kind of this strange like lull. Before we go on break, this is what I'm going to be as kind of a teaser. The morning paper comes out, and on the morning paper there is this headline: "Accessing other planes?" ? And then there is an article that is talking about an experiment that just happened at the university. 12 people died, but they managed to transport someone to another plane. And they confirmed it, like they know that he's there. They have no way to bring him back. But a horrible accident, but also incredible magical feat.
And they used the person? They didn't just use a dog like the Russians? Okay.
They're not cowards. I'm just kidding.
I actually heavily approve of that answer.
Oh gosh, so no, Kyle would too. No, sorry.
I'm pretty anti-dog death, so yeah.
No, I just love the idea that the ethics committee in a D&D world is not very strict. Somebody's like, I want to shoot myself into another plane. They're like, go for it, buddy.
As long as you're having fun.
Sign a waiver and you're good to go.
We're gonna press pause, take a quick break, and then come back. Get to that. We are back in Remalin from our little break. Everybody's had a restful night back after the morning, and walking out onto the. We'll just put this in media res so that it's kind of fun to do. Kyle. Kubo, you at the Hyacinth, you're the one who sees this ad first, and you see that it's this newspaper story about the plane shift that they tried to do that went wrong / right, so it worked. And as you're there, you see Senator Boren with a comically sized little like black top hat kind of a thing, or like no top hat. Yeah, Boren, the Minotaur guy. Boren, yeah, the guy
in the paper.
No. He's like
the guy who he was Kyle's handler. You haven't had too much interaction with him directly,
Okay.
but
I thought he was saying that Boren was like in the actual picture of the people, like everyone's dead and like Boren's there. Like
no. He's walking down the street and he sees you and he kind of like gestures to you. No, he's like walking down the street. You're at like a newspaper stand kind of a thing. And he comes up to you and goes, hey, well, you asked me to separate up the accounts. I actually talked to my accountant. We actually can't do that. I can give you a full cash distribution right now, and I'll just hand you the check.
Thanks.
But like,
okay,
yeah. So he just hands it to you. Sorry, that's kind of the last thing I needed to worry about before.
Do you know about
this? All
this?
wrapped up. You hand that to him?
Sure.
Frankly, yeah. He kind of looks around, like make sure he's not like in public thing. We just didn't think it'd work. the college does all sorts of crazy stuff, and they've been trying to do that. It's never worked before. There's no reason it should have now, and it did, and it killed a bunch of people.
Well, it's gonna keep working.
What do you mean by that?
We didn't talk. Did we? Have you talked with my college friend?
In passing,
But recently.
not recently, no.
Okay, because you didn't even know I'd come back from heaven.
No,
So how are you a devout religious man?
not even slightly. I'm actually, yeah.
So the main deity, actually, I need to fly with you to discuss this. Is that okay? It doesn't have to be awkward if you don't.
Yeah, he is a hefty man. He's like, yeah, that's
I'll make
fine.
a strength check. Just hold it.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. You can make a strength.
I
check
actually have things to do, Lauren, but I'll tell you.
here. Athletics.
Where's my fucking?
It's a good strength score.
Just an 18.
18. Yeah, you managed to. It's a little heavier than you're used to.
My
but
eyes are.
you get him
Just
up.
kidding. Yeah, so here's the deal, man. So the main deity right now tells everything, and he just tells him basically nothing. And is like, he doesn't say like everything, but super vague, just like things are shifting up in heaven and hell and in the planes, and that's how it was supposed to be. So things are going back to balance.
All right. He kind of just thinks that he's like.
I need you to keep it hush hush though, or at least don't
You
tell
know,
people
who are
it
you
came
talking
from
to?
me.
Who are you talking to?
Yeah, but you also let Adlary and Llewellyn get kidnapped. I've done terrible things. It's not like I'm really judging you. I'm a co-captain.
Kubo, I sold them out. I didn't let them get kidnapped. I leveraged them. I knew they were kidnapped. I set it up.
That's what I said. Oh, why are you doubling down?
What I'm saying is, when a secret needs to be kept, I keep it. Kubo, to think that you've gone from kid on the block that I tell my cops to avoid so we don't have a problem with your father, to telling me about the planes changing. It's a big change.
Okay.
Happy to see that you're doing so well.
Thank you so much. I'm gonna put you down now.
Thank you, please. You drop him down. He starts to walk off. He had a top his head tattoo.
I hope that doesn't come back to bite me in the ass, and I fly towards.
Yeah,
Dinas.
you fly to Adina's. You fly to Adina's. It's back at Llewellyn's office where she was at, and it's clear that Llewellyn has just barely gotten re-established.
Yeah,
And you knock on the door.
I do.
You open the door. You see Odina's there. He's like, "What is it, Kubo?"
Hello, Odina. I was wondering if you had a moment.
Yeah, I've got a moment.
Smart. Do you want us? Do you? Okay.
Yeah, we can just come in. Just come in.
Oh, okay. I
You
do.
come inside. It's kind of less gold than before, all that stuff. He sits down. What is it, Kubo? You hear like Llewellyn cooking eggs, and like a side area of like their little apartment here near the office.
I want to do an insight.
Yeah, roll an insight. For you guys, morning kind of passes normal. You find out about this news in different ways. You got a 14. You're not necessarily in the doghouse. She's still figuring stuff out. It's just been a couple days. She's stressed.
So I know that you're going through stuff. Shining still. That was not the right way to say it. I know that.
All right.
I'm
All
sorry.
right. All right.
Here's the deal. No matter what happens moving forward, I wanted to show you how seriously I want to take this, whatever your choices are. So I have my share of funds. I want to donate it to you to be used however. Specifically, if you do decide to have an egg, the egg. Oh God, I'm so sorry. Oh God. Okay, I'm gonna roll with it though. Seriously, to help towards that, and if not, I don't know. I want to help. Actually, I want to be here, even though I wasn't for a couple of weeks.
You put the check on the table, hand it over to her. She puts her hands on it, pulls it back. I guess I can't say you haven't done child support, right?
Kubo kind of looks like for a second he's going to start crying. He's like, no, I'm fine.
Odina stops, kind of, yeah, I'm going to stop you there. Kubo, I love you. Kubo, I want you to be in my life and be happy. I'm just not all, like, warm and soft like you are. I'm
That's
not
fine,
all
that's fine.
emotional and shit. So,
That's
like,
okay.
we're going to be fine. I'm going to figure it out and feel okay about this. And Llewellyn can get off her fucking high horse. You see that it's like been in the middle of a fight. You hear her slam a cupboard door.
So I shouldn't talk to her before I leave.
Enough room.
Oh God. Okay, that's fair. I got you. All right. Yep.
I decided you can't keep a secret, so I should tell her before you.
The good news is I didn't tell anyone. I haven't even.
Yeah, so good. That's good. That's good, Kubo. You really improved that. That's good. So give me like a couple days, a week, or whatever, and then.
You know how to get a hold of me.
But thank you for this gesture. I know it's
Hey.
effectively meaningless because you have so much money. Your family's richer than
I
God.
don't have babe ice. Oh, I don't know. That's okay. But I don't, but that doesn't matter now. I just want to know that I'm in it.
Are you
In it.
free on Friday?
Yes.
Let's go on a date. How about
Love it. Okay.
that?
I'm going to go now, but I give her one of my
Yes, please.
feathers, and I'm like, I think this is how this works. You can just call me whenever you need to.
It's the feather.
One of my feathers.
Fucking magic boy. Okay, cool. Yep. Giving me your feather, I guess. I dropped this. She ushers you out of her home. She's like, I'll see you on Friday. See you
Oh
on
yes,
Friday."
and I leave. I go back to Hyacinth, and if Deza and B look at me, I start crying.
You're back at the Hyacinth. While we switch to other people, I want you to roll me a perception check. You can do this with advantage, and I'll explain why in a little bit. Kyle and Leo. Leo, do you actually check on him in the morning?
Yes, I do.
Okay. You walk through it's an incredibly nice hotel. You see that, the wait staff is very nice and cordial, and it's like got gold leafed, like decorative hallways and everything. And you walk on down, you get to their room, you just knock on the door.
No, I want to gather breakfast beforehand, and then I'll bring a tray of it to the door, and then I knock
And you
quietly but continuously.
knock like continuously. So it is just a real incessant,
But just nice and quiet. It's like,
just a light little.
yeah.
So you have an opportunity to tell us what you're up to, Kyle. And Adlaria,
What time in the morning is this, roughly?
yeah, Leo, what time in the morning is this?
Whatever time they serve breakfast, I don't know, 6, 7.
Really early. Oh,
Yeah, I mean, I wake up early. I like to have an early breakfast so to have the rest of the day to read and relax and unwind.
I mean, we're half elves. We don't technically do the just trance, but I don't think we sleep very much. So we're kind of just winding down.
So as you're knocking, I think Adlaria hears the knocking. Is like, what the fuck? Did you order room service? You what? The? She comes out. She's like,
no, God damn. I'm too tired for this shit. We're getting old. I'm getting old.
Good save, good save.
She baps you with a newspaper a couple times. She wraps her nightgown around herself and walks out the door. And she pushes it open. You see a lot more cleavage than you signed up for, Leo. And she's like, "What? What is it? What do you want?"
Oh, well, I brought food, but it looks like you're still waking up.
I like.
Oh, hi, Kyle. Oh, Kyle, you're awake. Oh, Kyle, I brought food. And I just sneak past her.
I do like food.
Laria's about to be like, "I am so sorry, Leo." And then you push in. She's like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Yeah, no, I actually feel like Adlaria needs to make a save to avoid just stabbing him or something. I'm just horrified, but
Leo, as you're entering in, you feel the newspaper just bapping you on the back of the head.
Wait, I'm gonna drop this. Wait. Oh my god, it's so hot. And I put it down somewhere. I put it on top of the bed. There you go.
Put it on the bed sheets, it's balanced. The coffee is
oh my
fall out
god.
of it.
I need to make a charisma save to see if Kyle has any. He's just frozen. He doesn't.
Well, I got you guys breakfast. Good morning. Good morning. How you guys feeling?
His borderline adopted son just walked in on him. I don't understand. This is from Kyle's perspective. This is
This is a lot of feelings. This is a lot. Yeah, this is a
There's a
lot
lot
of.
of boundaries being walked over.
Oh, you guys are still tired? Oh, I mean,
There is like, thank you so much. It like starts ushering you out of the room. Like, thank you,
oh,
thank.
you guys don't want to wake up? You guys going back to sleep?
No, no, no,
Oh,
no. We're late to rise. And
oh.
like, pushes you. Thank you so much for
And
the
Lyria is like maintaining the ability to be diplomatic, and Kyle is just like blue screen of death.
Okay. So
She
then,
ushers you out. This is extremely Saturday morning like sitcom energy, and it's very funny. But yeah, she ushers you out. Do you actually like? Do you have anything else you want to say besides breakfast?
no. I'll say okay. I'll start like continuously going with the force of pressure I'm being pushed out, and let the door close it, and walk away and proceed to get breakfast for myself because I completely forgot she was there, so I just gave her my food quietly without saying anything.
I love the idea that you got 3 meals because you
No,
were
I got 2 meals. It was just like, oh, I
okay.
guess she could have mine. And as I go get breakfast, I activate the bomb that I left in there. Boom! No, I'm kidding. I'm
Leo is
kidding.
the one person who could get close enough to hurt you now.
Maybe. No, so I'll get breakfast for myself. And
Oh.
that's it. I'll chill. Chill.
You go get breakfast, Leo. You're like kind of eating. It's been a while since you've been in the city. As you're eating, you're kind of just enjoying yourself, kind of taking it easy. You see one of the wait staff walks up to you, and you see the only thing that's weird about this is that one of their shoes has like one of those pilgrim buckles. Like they have weird, like strange shoes, and you see that they actually do have like tights coming up from the pilgrim shoes. And so as you're like eating and you're looking down, you just see this like their shoes there as you're eating, and you can do whatever you want. What's kind of on Leo's mind now as you see that?
Is he the only worker I see?
No, there are like a handful others.
Can I look at others? Like, is that like a uniform or is?
No, it looks like most people don't, but 1 or 2 actually do also have like pilgrim shoes with like buckles on.
Is he walking past me, like kind of towards me ish?
Yeah, he's just walking up to you. He just does like that annoying server thing they do where it's like, is everything good? Can I help you at all? Do you need anything?
I would actually like a fresh cup of coffee. Oh, and also I like your shoes. They look pretty cool. Where did you get them from, if you don't mind me asking?
They are actually like kind of all the rage in Scene City right now. Kind of like brought over from old Torellan fashion. It's kind of like raving back up, roaring back from the past. And so I only do the tights and the shoes. I have some friends that do like the whole pantaloons and everything, and it's great. But thank you for noticing. Thank you.
Oh, very chic, very chic. Okay.
Pour
Well,
you a cup
thank
of
you.
coffee.
Oh, well, thank you. So does this affect your work, kind of, since it's not uniform?
No. It's just shoes. I mean, I just wear the other part, and they're really relaxed here.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Sandwich, but it's very funny. You just realize that fashion from Torellan for some reason is making a rebound in Sheen City. And it's that's kind of all you get from this interaction, really.
I mean, I'm cool with mixing cultures.
It's a fun inverse of the general Europe-US relationship here.
As she brings up with the coffee, she pours you a cup of coffee. She gives you a paper, and that's where you see this news. And of course, Kyle, you see it in the crumpled up newspaper that's been used to swat everybody in your apartment by Ilaria. That's kind of when you guys all find out the news from these separate places. Yeah, that's kind of your morning. Kyle, is there anything you want to do with Ilaria? Of course, as soon as Leo leaves, he was like, that was what? Who raised him? Like, what? Just don't do that.
some people are even more damaged than us somehow.
Wow.
Well, it's a moment of honesty.
I'm dead. Just dead.
Just dead. Deceased. Yeah. You guys have like a passable morning. As you guys are waking up, Ilaria kind of runs you through the numbers of what she negotiated with Boren, and basically the good news is for Kyle, and this is true for everybody, Kyle and like Leo, you like never even had a job, and suddenly you have like a small fortune at your disposal, and so like as far as your interpersonal lives, you're kind of set. You're kind of done. You know what I mean? Like you guys could just retire and be done. If there wasn't more skin in the game, like you guys have kind of done the adventuring that you would need to do to be comfortable into perpetuity. Unless you want to like pursue more wealth, you know?
I kind of want to own a country. I don't know.
And there's kind of this lull. And it's that the only real spark or the only real thing that comes out as far as history or as far as all this stuff is this thing that happened at the college again. You get a very casual sending from your mother, Leo, that's basically like, let me know when you can stop by the hospital, or should I come to you? She seems really eager to reconnect with you and go over things.
Have you seen the papers today?
I have. I've seen the papers.
Well, I kind of quickly want to investigate how soon can you be here, or can this be after?
Do you want to meet at the university?
Oh, I don't know if I want you to be there.
Okay.
But you can meet me here after I check it out
You can
later
check
tonight.
And we'll meet at the. You do your investigation. We'll meet back at your hotel.
Okay, sounds great. Thanks. And I immediately stand up and rush towards Kyle's room, and that'll be my scene.
No morning
Really
fun.
good,
No morning fun.
God. Oh, here's hoping.
Oh yeah, wait, I finished my coffee and then I do that. So yeah, I
Oh,
enjoy
good,
it and then I do
That's what we were worried about.
that. Was a waste of money if I don't.
So you run off. What did you get on your perception?
Oh shit, I forgot. Let me check my rules. I think my highest was 16. Wait, no, I
need to roll up the
sorry, God.
Should I get more ice cream?
Let me put it back up again. Is this going back in time or forward? Hold on. It was an 11.
Okay. There is an angelic entity in the casino, in the Hyacinth, that has previously either eluded your perception or has been here so long that until you've become an angel, it's been so faint you haven't detected.
Kubo goes, well, I'm gonna be a dad, and he goes to follow the image.
Deza, you walk back into the apartment, go up to Deza's office, stand in her doorway, look vacantly into the office. Deza goes, "What's up, Kubo?" And then you walk back into the hospital, the hotel.
Oh, also, you got a problem here. I'm gonna maybe help up.
Yeah. Congrats! As you're like already
Don't
down
tell mom.
Don't tell mom. You start going into the hotel. You can roll me an investigation, and we'll come back to that. Again, so Leo, you go back to Kyle's room, and you just start knocking again.
Yeah, but this time loud and aggressive.
You loudly knock. As Larry looks to you, Kyle's like, "Door."
Police.
Larry goes over. And Larry like actually has a shirt on, and
Like Kyle.
he does not remove the door chain and opens the door just enough so she can look out. He goes, Leo, how can we help you? We've had breakfast. Thank you.
Oh wait. Did you guys see the newspaper?
Oh yeah. We saw the the plane ship thing, right? Right? Is that
Yeah, and well, I want to check out the school, and I want to see if Kyle wanted to join me on this
Are you-
endeavors.
are you dressed, Kyle?
No.
You're not. She goes, oh, I see. We'll get him ready. How about that? Okay, you just wait right there.
Okay, well, if you guys can wait for me in the lobby, if anything, I have to get Kubo and like inform him and all that.
I won't be coming, but Kyle will. That's totally fine. I'll make sure.
Oh no, you don't want to come? Okay, that's fine. It's okay. I really appreciate your assistance. Thank you.
Yeah, you're so sweet. She goes.
You're gonna die, kid! I yell in, I don't know.
The door looks to you and goes.
I'm gonna do it Gnomish. Gnomish, because she wouldn't know Gnomish.
Do I?
Yeah, I'll just assume you're a prep kid. You know way more languages you have any right to know.
No. Oh, okay.
She closes the door and she just looks to you kind of like, ouch, I don't like, and she just starts setting up to lounge. She is not coming with you. She is just like enjoying the hotel. She's like, go take care of your son thing, whatever.
Yeah. No, thanks.
Figure that out.
This morning.
And then I run for Kubo.
It's so funny to me because I can just imagine like you're running down the street.
It's too real in a way that hurts. Like it's like
Oh, also I got
you got a 19 on your investigation. So
God and
you're exploring the hotel. You're kind of feeling your the casino, excuse me, the casino. And this is the Hyacinth. You've grown up in this place. You know it's corners, it's all this stuff, and you're just kind of looking around. And on a 19, you're an angel now. You actually do have a more profound angelic sense, like the sense of the things that are from heaven and hell. And as you're walking around, you see the old janitor. And you know this janitor. His name is Ray. He's worked at the hotel, the casino for a long time, since you've been alive. And he is like skinny, but not in the hot way. Like skinny and kind of like the
Heroin
Malnourished.
chic, like it's like well, like heroin chic, late 90s.
That's yeah, like sickly, like too much.
Oh, like he is also a cocaine addict.
Yeah, like
Malnourished.
and he
And none of that happened.
and he is doing this stuff, and he sees you and he goes, oh hey Kubo, it's been a while. And this is Ray. He is the janitor of the Hyacinth. He's been that for years. And you know him. We've talked to him a handful of times, and not like in any depth. He's just like an employee.
I'm bored, so I'm gonna do something kind of fucking crazy. And I want to say that I do this also because I genuinely don't think that Kubo knows a lot of his powers yet. I cast command.
You cast command. Okay, he's gonna make a save.
Show me the pass.
You gotta,
I owe
Don't
you.
pass it.
He does not pass it. What's your save?
14.
Yeah, he
Well,
does
that
not
was a
pass it.
14. And so my command word, I think for him is to freeze. And Kubo walks up and he's like, Ray, Ray. You were an angel?
He failed to save. He can't. He's not. He's freezing.
Oh, God.
Your instructions.
Oh, sorry, you can be frozen and speak? Is that how this
Yeah. No.
Buddy, come the fuck on.
No.
You can tell I'm an angel too.
Well, yeah, but you're obvious. You got the eye on your
This
head.
is a vacuum.
Ray.
He's frozen. You just keep saying my name.
Ray.
I don't know what you're not.
I could command you to do something worse. You would realize.
No, you couldn't.
Yeah, I could.
No, you couldn't.
Drink the milk water.
No, I'm not gonna drink them off. No, that's not how the spell works.
It's on the spell works.
Not how the
It's
spell
on the spell
works. No,
works.
that's not how the spell works.
I'm sorry. I'm happy.
But he is still frozen even as you say this, so it's not a very good back diss. He's like,
Kubo goes like, I'm so sorry. I'm having like a rough time. I mean, why am I apologizing to you, dude? Seriously, I'm serious, man. Like, you're an angel. I could sense you. What the fuck?
Angel would be
What's your deal? Come on.
real
I
flattering.
need to know. Pulls out my sword. I need to know.
Pulls out his sword.
I need to know. I Are you with the big guy or not? Come on, we gotta get.
No.
Right.
You didn't say tell the truth.
Oh my God. How about this? Freeze, but you can speak. Tell the truth.
Okay.
Kubo, one of his eyes looks at him, and it's just like this moment of looking at himself like this.
he manages to finally like resist and kind of relaxes. Okay, buddy. You don't know anything. Don't hit me. Don't hit me. Drop the sword.
I'm gonna be a dad.
I don't need to know that.
No, you don't. I'm
Kubo, sort of. Does that answer your question? Sort
I'm gonna
of.
get close to you, man. Listen, I am kind of up to my neck here in some bad stuff with the big guy in charge. I don't know if saying his name lets him know where I am.
It does.
Okay, so he will.
He totally knows where you are. You punch him in the head. He's oh fuck! As you hit him in the face.
This is 23.
Yeah, you totally clock him hard.
Dude, I'm gonna be a dad. What's your?
You punch him. He goes, oh,
Stop.
fuck.
Sorry. Okay.
Look,
Listen,
it was a joke.
I'm really sorry. That was not cool of me. I'm under some stress. Listen,
Look,
dude, I'm a joke.
Yes, I am technically an agent. Technically, I am a cherub. I'm like a very minor angel kind of a thing. He's a
so
gross,
though.
smelly. Yeah, he's like got stubble. You've seen this man reading sex magazines. Like he is like a grimy, smelly, gross dude.
Can you just come follow me? This is.
Oh, do you remember the Supernatural episode with the cherub where he just immediately like runs up and hugs Jensen Ackles? He's like, I don't like it, and Castell's like, nobody likes it. And he's just this big, fat, naked baby that just runs up and.
Oh, the Cupid! You mean the Cupid?
Yeah,
The Cupid. Oh yeah,
Yes.
yeah. That was funny.
Oh, yeah.
Cherub, Cupid, same thing. Yeah.
Whatever. It died.
Can you come here?
Ah,
Up in the back room or something?
Yeah. He follows. He kind of follows you.
I appreciate this. I am sorry for that.
Look,
I
I've
could heal
seen you grow up, and you just decked me. So, look,
I could heal you.
when don't do that. When Peregrine fell a long time ago, the only person that really knew or cared was Joe Fiel. She was like, "Hey, you go kind of hang out with him," and I did. And then I legitimately think just Joe Fiel forgot she told me to do that, and I just kept hanging out. So I did report back to Joe Fiel, and if Joe Fiel asks, I'd tell her like what.
Show your allegiance to Joe Fiel.
Well, I mean Helios, Joe Fiel, kind of the whole kit and caboodle up there. You know, I'm
I'm
an
gonna
agency
freeze you
man.
again. Thank you, sorry. Because here's the deal, right? I just need to catch up to speed. So I don't. Well, can you speak again?
Yeah.
Speak. Sorry, my God, I'm so sorry. Here's the deal. Right? I catch up to speed with the whole Joe Fiel thing, and I say, so how do you feel about that?
Not great, not good. No.
You want
So wait, like Helios isn't technically in charge anymore, or like
not anymore, and we're trying to abolish that. So you guys, the other gods, claim it.
that's fucking bad.
What did you used to do? Were you something before?
Well, I mean, like I was a cherub. I was just like a minor.
No, but before,
Sure.
like Helios.
Well,
I'm just curious.
he looks really embarrassed. Like, well,
I've seen you read so many.
yeah. Okay,
Pornography.
okay,
Please
fuck,
just-
shut up. He kind of goes. So, I'm kind of like a minor. Like I'm like there are angelic beings for bad stuff. Like your dad is a god of
I don't want to talk
chance. Like gambling and all. I'm kind of like the word that best word is like hypocrisy. So like if like a priest loves sex and is like into gambling, I'm kind of the guy that's like in charge of that. Like if you're supposed to be religious and you're not, that's kind of
Do
me.
you punish them? or
No.
do you
I'm
judge
like their patron saint a little.
Oh, you're the
Like,
patron saint.
like,
Well,
well, it's like
pervert. You're a
no, they're not
pervert.
like usually it is perversion, but sometimes it's just like
Great.
you know me, but like those people still technically can be alive in heaven. Heaven didn't used to be so fucky and bad, like all strict.
God, dude, listen. How do I don't want to be an asshole. Will you work with me? And I don't know.
You're not an asshole. If you just like, hey, pretend you didn't see me. Your dad doesn't like. Your dad
No,
kind
I
of
don't
knows
want-
I'm here,
I
but
don't
knows
want
we're
you to
chill.
not pretend that you just didn't see me. I want you to fucking help. It's not a joke.
What do you think I'm gonna do, my dude? Like, what do you think I'm gonna do?
Let me know if Bishop Parsley or Helios has more forces that are gonna come try to find me or something.
Yes. They look. The only reason they haven't already is because of paperwork. Like they're gonna send angels down here to absolutely rock your shit. Oh, she's incredibly in pain. I mean, I don't know that personally, but I know she hasn't been here for checkups. You know, she hasn't.
Does she usually check up with you?
Like once every, a couple of years.
Because no, so now I feel a little bit better because you see, she was here like a while ago, and she just, I guess, never talked to you while she was here.
You say that? He looks legitimately sad. It was a different casino that you guys went to. It was not the Hyacinth.
Yeah, I mentioned
when
that.
you
I'm
guys
like,
went
there were 4, right? Not just 3. There were 4 casinos.
No, there were 3. There are 3. I mean, 2 of them burned down, or if we don't talk about.
One of them burned down. There's 4.
No, there's 3. No, the other one, their deaths were so gruesome. It was like a magical de-skinning thing. It was a freak accident. It was really bad. We were cleaning it up for a while.
So that was my fault. Not on purpose. Oh God.
Hey man, well, if you don't feel like you're up to snuff, you can always just embrace it.
What? God, I hate
Being a
you.
bad angel, that's.
I don't care about angels. I want to say joke here. Okay, you know what, dude? Can you just keep in contact with me? Let me know if Julio's just coming or something. And if not,
I've got to mop the 3rd floor, so I'm gonna go get to
if
that.
you don't help me, I'm going to kill you.
Okay, okay, cool. I will help you. I will help you to the best of my ability.
Do you know what to talk?
Should I finish mopping or not?
Yes, you should.
That's fine. That's fine.
Goodbye.
Usually,
Goodbye.
rescinded. Goodbye. So now you know Ray exists. And you guys are going about kind of so that's kind of your moment. Kyle, do you eventually come down? Like, how long do you think it takes you to come down, meet up with Kyle? It sounds like the worst kind of family vacation you guys are on. Just like
it's it's weird, but it's not an extended thing. It's a spur of the moment one night, kind of spills over to the next day just because stuff takes a while, and then everybody kind of crashes for a day, and then you're done.
Yeah, want it to be fun. It's usually just kind of that, like, over and over.
Yeah.
But eventually I'm assuming you come down to the lobby. And while you guys are in the lobby, I want both of you, Kyle, you can roll perception just flat. And Leo, I want you to roll this with advantage. And you guys are getting ready to go to the university. And this is kind of as you guys are walking toward it, it's a smaller city, so you guys could fly or transport yourself or whatever, but it's also just easy to grab a tramway because this city was designed for pedestrians, which goddamn, I would love that to be where we are.
Well, let me check on
18.
I am so sorry.
18.
Yeah, I'll let that stand. That's not bad.
Cool.
That's what it does to my knee.
So with an 18, you guys are both checking, walking along. The city is Sheen City. It's nice. It's fun. It's warm. It's exciting. It's a nice place to live. And as
1956 Miami or whatever.
Yeah. 1990s Miami is. Yeah, you can do no wrong. All is up.
New York, Miami.
And you finally get into the university district where you went to school and kind of lived for a bunch. Leo, and you got easy marks for scams, Kyle, forever ago. And as you're going in, you see that there's a lot of news hullabaloo. There's people around, there's students that are trying to, see stuff. Leo, you clearly clock Joran. And you see Joran is looking, is one of the students here, and he would still technically be attending school, unlike, you, when you kind of dropped out once you got kidnapped. And he is at this it's kind of a police line. There's a classroom, that there's a tower that you need to go up to basically to get to where they cast this plane shift. He is in the crowd, and so with an 18, you see him. I'm gonna roll something here.
How's the school looking? Like, is it destroyed?
So
Like the roof is gone or anything?
yeah. So as you see him, he clocks you. He got a nat 20 as perception. So you guys lock eyes. But before you guys do that, you see that the large amount of fire damage that happened from before, where there was like hellish creature, or this huge hellish fire that killed a lot of people that you caused, about 2 months ago, or there's actually more than that now. It's been like
More than that, yeah, it's gonna be a while.
it's 3
yeah,
months, almost 6 months. Yeah.
Wild.
That's about
But-
A
right.
lot of boat traveling.
Yeah. But the thing that you see in that this is like the point of stuff is basically it looks like so there's like this nice beautiful stone tower with like windows, and it's like a very beautiful place. You can tell that there were like laboratories within this stone tower, and it basically looks like, rather than a ship, like a airship or something, that was not even like, it's very foreign because there's not airships in this setting. There's not airships that are made, but it looks as if something exploded out of one side of one of those towers and just like decimated it. And so like there's only one floor, and it looks like half of it just went from the room that this plane shift was cast at, but the rest of the building is fine. It's like literally just one section had this incredible one directional explosion. And you can see that there is, they've managed to clean up most of the blood. It's not like gory, but there were several deaths. People that just not even magically, like they didn't get like magically hurt. Like they just got like traumatic, like got hit with like a huge amount of velocity as this plane shift went off, and they just got splattered against the walls.
Dang. Can I'm pretty sure the police will stop me if I like go through.
Yeah, you can't get in there unless you like try and sneak in or pull some authority card. But Joran sees you, and you see him kind of looking for his exit to get away.
Oh, I'm going straight towards him. I'm gonna wave with a smile on my face, like a normal pedestrian. I'm like, oh, Dorian, hi. Did you see what happened here, or should I be asking you more serious questions?
No, I don't know. I don't know what happened here. He looks very scared. As you're talking to him, you kind of bullied him last time you met up with him.
I mean, yeah.
Do you want me to roll? Do you want to roll like an insight of any kind? Like I want to give you, because you've grown so much since the last time you saw him, and a major theme of this is coming back to where you came from, being more powerful. So roll me an insight on this guy.
Yeah, he's sus. My insight is, oh, okay. That's a 16.
16. I'm gonna roll a deception here. We go with disadvantage. As you're talking to him, and he's like, you remember you really like beat the snot out of him last time you talked to him, like just verbally, and how can I say this? Your previous interaction, as you're talking to him, makes more sense as you realize he is demonic. And a lot of the history that you have with him suddenly makes more sense too. Because you remember when you kind of tried to beat him up in the underground of the Cadros home, he was like, I just wanted to help you grow, or I just wanted to help you, become a better summoner and do some cool shit with you. And like that never really sat well with you because he then sold you out to the Cadros family, and it just it seemed like too many things were working in your favor. And now that you're as powerful as you are, and you've had as much experience with divine energies, you do a quick just sense divine sense. This guy is hellish. This guy is allied or interacting with hell.
So I need you to be honest with me entirely. You have no clue on what happened here exactly, or
He's
like the causing of this
he starts
yourself.
to run away. He's
Yeah.
action disengage, and then move action to run. He's trying to run out of the university.
uh, uh,
Well,
I try to run too.
You just chase after him.
I can't. I have questions. I guess.
Yeah, you guys just
Yeah.
run off in one direction out of the space here. Kyle, you just saw Leo chase after another fellow student, college.
Oh, you have
student.
the con thing. I'm like, Kyle, help him chasing a demon, please. And that's it. Cut.
Luck check for interpreting what's actually going on for Kyle. I feel like he just doesn't have enough knowledge to really understand the weirdness
Yeah. So
here. Like he
there's a lot going on. That's very fair.
he
Like,
he
Kyle,
still
help
interprets
chasing.
everything from a very literal and non-magical interpretation of most things, and I think he would be in like a complete reboot right now, trying to understand the just absolute chaos.
Yeah. So you're on your own, I think, Leo, because it sounds like Kyle is doing a full.
Having existential crisis.
He's having his he's attempting to have his Sherlock Holmes moment of like, what does it mean?
Yeah, but a lot.
Alright.
Yeah. So
That
you
thing.
Dash, we'll have fun with this. What's your thought? Like, give me something to start with to kind of lead you down this logic path right way. Like, what's the conflict? What's the thing that Kyle's like, why does this not make sense? Because the story is that this is just an accident, that this plane shift was just an accident, that the fire was an accident.
But maybe not.
Well, I mean, Kyle's still in the like everything is non-magical interpretation of things. Like even when magic stuff happens, he's explaining it from an okay, there's some energy transfer that he can't understand quite yet that's going on. But when you have just this absolute nonsense going on, like how do you turn this to a purely logical interpretation of events?
Okay. So you're thinking through that. You're going, okay, how do I turn this into a logical event? I think the axiom that you come to, which is a very reasonable axiom, is magic is cool, sure, but it's ultimately just a tool. And you do magic to accomplish an end. And that magic is not magic for magic's sake. It's like, I don't start a fire for the sake of starting a fire. I start a fire to have a campfire or to deal damage, or, like there's an end. And so their kind of education here, or, the whole thing that the college is saying is, oh, this was just an experiment gone wrong. The fire, an experiment gone wrong, or some, violent misbehavior of a student. Leo, as you run after this guy, do you say anything? Are you like, he's a demon, as you like chase after him, or what do you communicate?
No, I'm gonna quietly just try my best to chase after him. I'm probably gonna have my summons. I'm gonna summon them, but as I'm summoning them, they're gonna have greater invisibility casted, so it doesn't look like a crazy, demon fest is going on here. And I will still continue pursuing him until I can reach him or he stops.
Okay. So you do this. We're gonna have to do some contested rolls to see if he gets away, and that's probably the last thing we do in this session. You guys are chasing. You guys are, just chasing, kind of just standing in this college thing, just as you chase him down outside of the college. Roll me first. Let's do a Constitution saving throw just to see if you can chase him for this long. You've got your demons summoned. You're chasing along, and he's already breathing heavy. The guy that you're chasing, Joran. Kyle, you hate Peregrine. That's well established. You think he's a fuck. He tried to kill his own sons. He is a fallen angel. One of his connections, someone that sold out Leo to Peregrine at a critical time, was not only there when the fire started, but also when this plane shift went off. Now, there's a couple outcomes to think of there. There's a couple things that you could come to. One, wow, what an unlucky kid. Probably the least likely. Two, man, Peregrine must really have him wrapped around his finger. What a manipulative guy. Like, oh man, he must be really getting paid a lot. Or three, that kid has a vested interest in whatever he's trying to do here. And both of these events involved trying to get something to or off of the plane. And both of them went wrong. There's a lot of conjecture there. I don't want to make it for you, but the kernel that I think you come to here is Peregrine's trying to get a friend here. And it sounds like it's someone from hell or otherwise, just like he got out of heaven. Sorry if that's too laid out, but that's the vibe. You don't have a lot of evidence for that. We're kind of short on time, so Leo, you're chasing. What do you get on your Constitution saving throw, Leo?
I don't know. Constitution. Okay, that's actually pretty rad. 19.
You've been a secret agent for 2 months, chasing after him. You have prep boy stamina that you didn't have before. I'll just simplify things. I'm going to say that you're able to catch up with him. Roll an attack of any kind, basically try and restrain him.
Tackle.
You tackle him to the ground. You just get him down, and Joran kind of turns around. He's this prep kid, just the definition of like a prep kid, like tight-laced, kind of good looking, got a curly hair. He goes, fuck, don't hurt me.
All antagonists between 1973 and 1982.
And I just shake him aggressively.
Yes.
You're just shaking. He's like, fuck, no, don't hurt me.
Like, answer my question. Who caused this? Isn't it an accident? Is it? You know something.
He's just shaking. He goes, no, I just work. I just don't. And you see the same fear that he had when he was in the basement of Peregrine's place. I'll tell you everything. Just please don't hurt me.
We'll split now. I'm tired. You think I run for a living?
I'm sorry. I'm an imp. That's all I am. I'm just from hell. And my master sent me up here, and Peregrine said I could get him up here like he is, and it didn't work. And you killed a bunch of people.
Who's your master?
As a thought. Say that out loud.
Have I heard of this before?
No, this is one of many demons.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Is this everything?
Yes. I'm sorry. I lied to you. I'm sorry. I thought Peregrine was going to kill me. he wanted me to get Azathoth up for him and with him, and he said that I could do it just like I did for him, and it didn't work, and I killed a bunch of people, and it hurt your mom and your dad, and I'm sorry.
Yeah, people are dying and getting hurt. So next time you think about lying to me, don't. And then I let go, and I stand up.
His head gives a thick crack on the cobblestones. He goes, oh, fuck. I am sorry, Leo. I am sorry.
And as soon as I got up and did that, all my summons come out of invisibility who were already swarming him as they're humanoid wind creatures with blades all around him, ready to stab if I really gave him the order. And then they dismiss and follow me.
He kind of hunkers over, leans onto the wall, and kind of does one of those dry heat things for a couple times. And we will leave it there. We've gotten some news. We've had some outcomes. The combats are not unclear. The combats are starting up, and I think that's where we'll leave it for here. So.
Okay.
Yeah.